Or someone who smiles and wants to become an Apollo plumber.
A smile, that's what it takes?
Skills are something we can teach.
Sure.
But a positive attitude comes from within.
That's a big part of being an Apollo plumber.
The biggest part.
What else?
A desire to learn and serve.
Just like every Apollo plumber.
As they learn, so shall they earn.
Earn?
Apollo plumbers can earn 6 figures.
Enough to make me smile.
We believe you get what you give.
Give a smile.
And Apollo service.
Get a smile.
A well-paid smile.
Driving one of those big blue Apollo trucks.
That's the goal.
Does seem pretty noble.
It's important, satisfying work.
And you're looking now?
There's always room for another smile around here.
On the Apollo Plumbing team.
Apply at apolloplumbing.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
Need a new roof now? With State Roofing and Exteriors, you can get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. That's right. Protect your home now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. Authorities in Tennessee say they've captured mass murder suspect Austin Robert Drummond, the man wanted for the killing of 4 members of the same family. CBS's Nicole Valdez.
There was a shelter-in-place order put in by the Jackson Police Department for certain areas and certain streets. People who lived in that community were told to lock their doors, remain indoors. They say they had gotten word of a sighting of Drummond in that area.
The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed the Justice Department for files related to the Jeffrey Epstein case, also subpoenas for the Clintons and others. President Trump told CNBC fresh tariffs on imported pharmaceuticals could be unveiled soon.
We'll be putting a initially small tariff on pharmaceuticals, but in 1 year, it's going to go to 150%, and then it's going to go to 250%.
CBS's Aaron Navarro.
It could definitely increase the cost of these prescription drugs, the availability. He says that this is to allow these pharmaceutical companies more time to physically relocate to the United States for more manufacturing, though that could take multiple years.
Well, CBS's Michael Wallace has more on a damning report out from the Coast Guard on the 2023 Titan submersible disaster that left all 5 people on board dead.
The report says Titan's operator, OceanGate, had critically flawed safety and operational practices and a toxic work environment. It also says OceanGate failed to investigate a whistleblower complaint about faulty equipment by former company official David Lockridge. After the implosion, he testified about OceanGate's cost-cutting and bad engineering decisions.
The desire to get to the Titanic as quickly as they could to start making profit.
The Coast Guard concluded the deadly implosion was preventable.
New information out today from the FBI says crime decreased in every category in 2024, including murder and violent crime. Hundreds of retired Israeli security officials have written to President Trump asking him to pressure Israel to end the war in Gaza. Jerusalem reporter Linda Gradstein.
The security officials include former heads of intelligence agencies. The letter says that the security officials believe that Hamas no longer poses a threat to Israel and urges President Trump to pressure Israel to end the war, return the hostages, and stop the suffering. Their appeal comes amid reports that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wants to expand military operations in Gaza after ceasefire talks with Hamas have failed.
A proposed new federal rule would make it easier for companies to use drones over longer distances out of sight of the operator, bypassing a long waiver process. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Buffaloes roaming on a local highway. That's one of the stories coming up. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. No major blocking problems right now. A reminder, the express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, and that is putting pressure on your southbound drive. Travel time Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 81 minutes, about 10 longer than usual. Linwood to Seattle on I-5 South, though, is 50 minutes. That's just a few minutes longer. Traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A man charged in a deadly Seattle arson pleads not guilty in court. Did police arrest the wrong guy?
Leslie and Gee have been charged by way of information with count 1, murder in the first degree.
But over the weekend, the defense providing nearly 24 pages of supporting documentation, calling this a case of mistaken identity.
We want to ensure that nothing is tainted.
That brief is now being reviewed by prosecutors. The fire happened back on June 4th on the front porch of a home on Sunnyside Avenue North. Spread to the house quickly, killing 72-year-old Susan Klee.
KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thomas reports the judge upheld bail for She. Investigators say when they searched his bedroom, they found cans of starter fluid. Following a week of gun violence that left 3 people dead, Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes is trying to reassure the public.
We are committed to preventing further incidents of gun violence.
2 people were shot dead in the Soto neighborhood Sunday and 1 in the University District last week. There have been no arrests, but Barnes says they are pursuing leads. And Barnes is calling for more cameras to be installed in crime-prone areas of the city. KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Ottley explains.
Already 57 cameras are up in the CID, downtown core, and on Aurora Avenue North. Since May, the city says its real-time crime center bringing those feeds in has helped with more than 90 violent crime investigations. Now they want cameras in the Stadium District, near the bars and clubs on Capitol Hill, and Garfield and Nova High Schools.
We need every tool that we have.
City leaders will also weigh whether to give SPD the ability to view and record certain city traffic cameras. Critics like the ACLU argue it violates privacy and wastes police resources.
The city council could vote on the expansion in a few weeks. Have you voted yet? It is primary election day.
We're projecting just 35% turnout in this primary election.
Haley Watkins with King County Elections says that's similar to other recent non-presidential primaries, but she points out there are critical local races at stake, from city councils to school boards. Not quite a stampede, but a small herd of buffalo escaped near Elma this morning and blocked traffic on US 12. Police officers and troopers shooed the animals off the road. Their owner used a helicopter to wrangle them back home. The highway was only blocked for a short time. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly sunny skies today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Tuesday, August 5th. It is Ursula's birthday week. That's right. She turned 60.
I am more interested in talking. What did you talk about on Seattle's Morning News that has everybody riled up?
I mean, look here. I'm glad you said that. Just so y'all know, I might be on punishment from the Seattle's Morning News. I might not be allowed back on that show for a while, but we'll get back to you on that. Ursula, here's what happened. There's an ice cream maker. That is making and has produced some ice cream that's breast milk flavored.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, a little salty, a little sweet, but, to the point
they call that liquid gold.
That's what, you already know.
Yes.
So there's what happened. I got to telling the truth up in here, right? And so I got to admitting that, yeah, sure, some of us don't remember having breast milk, but some of us adults have had breast milk as adults. You go to taste it. You know what I'm saying? So you get curious and then
so you got people riled up about that. Steve in Seattle said, please, no more breast milk, G.
I mean, well, the thing is, I'm here with Manda, Charlie, and Sully. It's 4 of us in the studio. And to which I said, are y'all trying to say that I'm the only one as an adult that's tasted breast milk? And they're like, And they're not telling the truth. And even my girl Ursula, here you about to turn 60, doing a show with me every day. So
I love to share my wealth.
I admitted to having some breast milk and dog food.
Oh, goodness. Okay, I have not done the dog food thing. Okay. Hey, agree to disagree bonus question for all of you, because it is primary election day in Washington. If you don't turn in that ballot by 8 o'clock tonight, do you lose your right to complain? 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. We'll be talking about that in our top stories. As always, we invite you to join in and also say hello to all of you watching us on YouTube.
Shane in Gig Harbor said he's tried it. And also, Would You Rather will feature breast milk today. Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Bath Fitter Northwest.
And again, today is primary election day. If you've been grumbling about crime and taxes and schools and potholes, here is a reality check, opinion included. You lose your standing to complain if you don't vote. In King County, just over 15% of voters have turned in their ballots so far. Snohomish County, barely at 12%. Pierce County, some areas in the single digits. And we're going to be lucky if we get to 35% in any of those counties when all the votes are turned in. Yeah, this is a primary. It isn't the flashy presidential race. But as Haley Watkins with King County Elections points out,
we're talking about folks like mayors and city councils, school boards, even water and hospital commissioners. Those folks are making decisions on behalf of our communities every single day. So while they don't get the same kind of level of attention as a presidential election, the offices that we're voting for are absolutely just as important.
So Washington's top 2 primary means the 2 candidates with the most votes, regardless of party, will move on to November. And your ballot, again, has to be in a drop box by 8 o'clock tonight or postmarked today if you're mailing it.
Well, let me give the hot take that Ursula had this morning that for some reason she didn't want to go ahead and do right now. 35% of King County will be controlling everything that happens around here, because that's what they are saying the turnout will be. 35%.
And that's the higher one of the counties.
And Pierce County is lower than that. Let's just do this. Why? Why are we choosing not to vote during this time? Why do we think Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Biden, why do we feel as if that is going to change our lives while we don't want to vote for the school board? We don't want to vote for the city council. We don't want to vote for the port, the commissioner down there at the port. Anyway, we don't want to do all of those. Why? So I'm asking.
Because, well, it's one of the things I hear all the time is my vote doesn't matter. But Here again is a reality check. In local elections, it absolutely does. For example, in 2019, I don't remember which race it was, but it was a city council race in Thurston County that was decided by 1 vote. So, yeah, if you want to say your vote doesn't count, yes, it absolutely does. And primaries like today often come down to a handful of ballots. And if you're talking about, well, it's the primary, I'll do November, don't you want to have a say as to who will be the top 2 that advance?
Yeah.
How many times do you tell people when you're not happy with how things turn out, you get what you voted for, or I hope you're happy with your vote, or this,
we get
all
that
of
all
that.
the time.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? This is your chance to have a say.
I can more understand lower voter turnout for the president of the United States from Washington, because I can understand where somebody from Washington says it doesn't matter because it's blue, blah, blah. But local? The local elections that truly I don't like that stoplight that's over there on the corner of Pacific Highway over down in Federal Way.
Or how about I don't like this crazy lunatic on city council, and that name's going to come up here shortly.
Sawant's not on city council anymore.
I know. That's what I'm going to say, but her name's coming up.
Oh.
Because we're going to talk about...
We talking about Sawant?
Yes,
oh,
yes.
I didn't know that.
So, again, if these are people that you don't want on there and you don't vote, I say you don't have a right to complain. Of course you have a right, but again, you can't say... it's your fault. It's your fault. No, if you don't take action and put your vote in, then I think you lose standing.
You don't vote in these local elections, you're going to wind up having breast milk for school lunches.
Oh, my God. I think that's going to be a theme today, I feel like. Okay, the Pierce County Sheriff's Office is running short on deputies. As of mid-July, they had 25 open positions, and overall, they're operating at a deficit of 47 deputies across the department. Apparently, that means in some of the busiest parts of the county, like District 7, which is home to more than 62,000 people, there's only one deputy on duty during the day and evening shifts. In unincorporated Pierce County, 13 deputies and one sergeant patrol an area with 400,000 residents. So now the Pierce County Council is looking at a possible sales tax increase to help pay for more public safety staffing, which would be 10 cents for every $100 you spend, which is an option that lawmakers in Olympia gave counties earlier this year. As you know, King County already approved it. And the sheriff's office says, yeah, reinforcements are coming. We might get 7 or 8 new recruits by the end of this month. But for now, many parts of Pierce County, where you live, Gee, are still getting by with less than half the coverage they need.
Well, from what I've been told, I heard that there's a lateral bonus that's lingering and hanging out there. So where if you are Pierce County, you can slide on over to Tacoma Police Department, and there's a lateral bonus that can be paid. Also, you have an opportunity to go and work for the chief there, Patty Jackson. I don't know what the reasonings are, but I do know that the lack of officers in Pierce County wasn't a thing until just now. And I find that interesting that we're talking about that happening there. And then on the heels of us talking about 100 new officers being hired here with SPD.
So what do you think it is, Gee? Because, okay, I want to, first of all, give credit to the... You're being awful mild right now. Give credit to the deputies who are doing the hard work, because I want to point out that even though there is a shortage, proactive patrols in Pierce County are actually up. The warrant arrests have increased 30% so far this year. So there's most violent and property crimes are down, but murders are up from 3 at this point last year to 5 so far in 2025. But here's my question, because I've heard from folks who work within the department. I know that you have done the same, and there is low morale. There are people who want out. I think it's harder to recruit if you have a sheriff like Keith Swank, who was on our show a few weeks ago.
You have Swank derangement syndrome. You want to talk about how bad of a person I am, so let me set the record straight about that.
And we never talked about how bad a person was, but he has certainly done things that are controversial that are worthy of talking about. And this is the same sheriff who gave the unsolicited advice on our show when we were questioning why Major Chad Dickerson, who supervises the detectives in his department, didn't take a field sobriety test when he was pulled over for suspected vehicular assault and DUI. And this is what the sheriff said.
I don't know anything about the evidence, but I can tell you this. If WSP made a traffic stop, first off, you should never do field sobriety tests. I don't know why you did that, even if you drink or not, but that's another discussion some other time. And I'm giving that free legal advice to everybody out there.
So again, I'm not surprised that they're having some difficulties recruiting, that they have openings. I'm happy that SPD, after years of having poor leadership, are seeing a change in the attitude and more recruits coming there. And, you know, again, this is a reason I believe that Sheriff Swank should do better.
You want to talk about somebody being qualified for the job. I don't know if you all know this or not, but the chief of Seattle has a PhD. Let that sink in for a second. The chief of Seattle has a PhD, but back to what's going on in Pierce County. Look, that's what the people voted for. The people voted for Swank, and unfortunately, they are starting to see what they have in a leader in Swank. And here is someone that, and the things that he does and says, I got to be honest with you, I'm not very used to. I'm not used to hearing someone from law enforcement speak out on another law enforcement agency, while like Washington State Patrol, and say that they're not a real law enforcement agency.
No.
Like
he's totally cut from a different cloth. And I think of past Pierce County sheriffs like Paul Pastor, who was an excellent Pierce County sheriff. And so they have a history of great sheriffs in that county. And again, I think that one of the things would be, is that impacting recruitment? And so I guess they'll find out. Well, if you run a small business in Seattle, your tax bill might soon disappear entirely, while the city's largest companies like Amazon could get hit with a much bigger one. So that is the idea now behind the Seattle Shield initiative. It's a tax overhaul unanimously approved by the city council yesterday. It's now going to be heading to voters in November. So under this plan, in case you haven't heard about it, any business making less than $2 million a year would not pay a dime in B&O taxes. Bigger companies would still get that first $2 million tax-free, but after that, the rates would climb. So service companies would see the biggest hike from 43 cents per $100 in revenue to 65 cents. Retail, wholesale, manufacturing rates, they would also go up. And when this was first proposed in June, remember, we talked to Downtown Seattle Association CEO John Scholes, who told us it was a terrible idea.
Is completely boneheaded because it's going to set us back. It's a self-inflicted wound, and it's a big headwind to further revitalization of downtown. So I struggle to understand how you can be for the revitalization of downtown and for a big tax on companies downtown and those that we're trying to attract.
A few days later, though, Chris Daniels with KOMO News 4 asked the mayor to respond to that statement.
How do you respond to the claim that this is a boneheaded idea and that you're going to see more large employers move to the east side?
Yeah. So we think it's good policy.
I don't think the mayor appreciated that question. Okay, so Harrell and other city leaders say this shift could bring in an extra $80 million a year for human services, things like food security, immigrant support, drug treatment, that kind of thing. About 3/4 of small and mid-sized businesses, again, would stop paying the tax altogether. What do you think?
This is awesome. We actually talked about this specifically on the show with the mayor, talking about help for small businesses out here. What a relief that this will be to the business owners here in this city. How many times, Ursula, sometimes in your news stories, are we talking about different restaurants closing, different businesses closing? So we don't want to see that, because the more we start seeing that right there is, hey, hello, escape, the middle class is going away. That is a precursor to that. Number two, I just want to say that Mayor Bruce Harrell, he on his game right now. You know, the way he answered that,
he didn't bite. He said basically, I'm not going to be baited into this. Because he normally has the Downtown Seattle Association with him.
Yeah. No, let me ask you. Let me throw this. I'm gonna make this. This is gonna be hard for you, Ursula. What do you think the Downtown Association? What are they on right now? Why?
Well, because they're trying to. Well, because right now, as John Scholes pointed out, we still have a big vacancy rate in downtown Seattle. It's like 30%. It's one of the highest vacancy rates. It's a lot of it is because there's still a lot of remote work being done with these tech companies. Okay. And so they're worried that. Remember, Amazon has threatened to leave, so they moved some of their operations into Bellevue and Tacoma. So it's this idea of, hey, why would you attack these big businesses? But the thing is, we keep talking about how important these small and medium-sized businesses are. And the big companies that we're talking about are not hurting right now.
So who's more important?
I believe I'm in favor of this. So come November, I'm going to vote for this, and boneheaded or not.
I mean, do you live and work in Seattle?
Yes. You know the answer to that. Okay, I got to get one more thing in. Because a town hall that was meant for civil dialogue in Renton erupted into violence Monday night. Congressman Adam Smith says supporters of his challenger, Kshama Sawant, stormed the stage and attacked his staffer with a chair. And then after Renton police arrested 3 of her supporters for trespassing, the former Seattle City Council member held a rally outside the South Correctional Jail in Des Moines.
Adam Smith, you can't hide!
You are funded genocide!
Adam Smith, you can't hide!
In response on social media, Congressman Smith called Sawant and her supporters' behavior unacceptable and said it was an act that crosses every line of civil discourse.
Yeah, Ursula, do you, and you all listening, do you all have that friend or that family member that every time that they are around or involved, there's always some mess?
Yes.
There's always some drama. Like, as a matter of fact, you are getting ready to put together your get-together list, and you're debating inviting this one family member because you know every time they come is something. That's Shama Sawant. The thing is about Shama Sawant that bothers me the most, a lot of times what she's fighting for, I agree with.
Well, she was behind the raising the minimum wage.
Right.
Yes. So, yes, but her delivery, I know this.
It's terrible.
Well, but there's a couple of other, it's not just her delivery. Do you remember? So she was accused of misusing city resources to promote the Tax Amazon ballot initiative. Remember, she was one of those that was encouraging CHOP.
She left City Hall open.
Do you remember on June 9th of 2020, it was closed because of COVID, and she opened it up with her council-issued keys and allowed protesters inside. She also led a protest to then-Mayor Jenny Durkin's house, which, again, was threatening her and under state confidentiality laws, they weren't supposed to know where the former U.S. attorney, then-Mayor Jenny Durkin, lived. And then also one of the things that again, her delivery is awful, her timing.
When Paul Allen died?
Thank you.
When Paul Allen died, she was foul in her messaging behind that. Couldn't even give condolences. But again, first of all, like, I didn't even know that lady was still here. I thought she was gone.
I know.
I thought she was gone.
I was today years old when I realized, she's running against Adam Smith?
Man, I want to repeat, and I know the Shama Sawant has a bunch of followers. Hey, a lot of the things that she's talking about, I agree with. Just the delivery and the way she goes about it is a mess. Some would say, "Whoa, you gotta cause disruption." No, you don't. Not like that.
Yeah, I think we're better off without Shama Sawant in office anywhere.
Ursula, can you name that family member that always causes trouble?
Not to that extent, no.
Oh, thought you wanted to name them. Hey, coming up at 9:47, we'll play a game that we always play every Tuesday and Thursday called Would You Rather. And up next, Chris Sullivan is going to come in. Why are Washington drivers twice as likely to get lost on a one-way road? Talk about it next. Gee Ursula.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Get early access to Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year. 25% off the i8 bed, our most popular. Plus free home delivery. Limited time. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Are you tired of going to multiple eyewear shops looking for something special? Save yourself some time. Go to Urbanize. They have the most depth in their collections. Cartier, Dita, Lindbergh, Chanel, Chrome Hearts, Christian Louboutin, Saint Laurent, and so many more. They have precious collections from multiple brands. We're talking solid gold, diamonds, precious stones. Do you happen to have a precious stone or diamond that you want put in your glasses? This is why you got to go over to Urbanize. Urbanize is over there in the heart of Kirkland Urban, right across from QFC. When you walk in, Dr. Dana and her team, incredible folks. Those are my people. I'm telling you, when you walk in, you will feel that customer satisfaction right away. Urbanize, they're experts at working with insurance, and see what they can do for you when you put on a pair of those Chrome Hearts. Schedule an appointment today at myurbanize.com.
Windows are a home's top target for break-ins. At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer added security with our exclusive 3-layer security glass protection. Combined with our lifetime warranty, you'll have lifetime peace of mind. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
Beat rising costs at Lake Washington Windows and Doors. For a limited time, get a 20% inflation discount and enjoy easy 18-month free financing with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey golf fans, Jordan Babineau here. Get ready for an unforgettable weekend at the 2025 Boeing Classic. Come see Masters champions and Hall of Fame golfers battle it out at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge, August 8th through the 10th. Bring the whole family and check out Seahawks Village, packed with fun for all ages. Plus, celebrate 20 years of the Boeing Classic, supporting the Benaroya Research Institute at Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. It's more than just golf. It's an experience you won't want to miss. August 8th through the 10th. Tickets start at just $20 and kids get in free. Visit BlowingClassic.com for more.
For over 50 years, Buc-ee's has provided oil changes, brakes, factory service, and more with expertise and good old-fashioned customer service. No appointment needed, friendly financing available. Visit Buc-ee's.com.
Are you trying to buy a new home, or are you a local real estate agent seeking financing for a client? We're all tired of dealing with banks, credit unions, and endless guidelines. Wouldn't it be nice to go back in time when we had common sense lending? Hi, I'm Scott Riereka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital based in Bellevue. We are one of the largest local private portfolio lenders in Washington. We've helped thousands of home buyers and real estate investors reach their financial goals by leveraging the Legacy Common Sense borrowing platform. What that means is we lend our own money, we make our own decisions. If your deal makes sense, we'll get it done. Whether you're purchasing a new piece of real estate or refinancing an existing loan, bridge loans, construction, or regular home loan, it doesn't have to be as difficult as banks and lenders make it. If you're trying to grow wealth through real estate acquisition, come talk to the experts in private lending.
Call 425-635-4700 or LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, your common sense lender. LegacyG.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch.
Adam Smith, you can't hide!
You are funded genocide!
Former Seattle City Council member Shama Sawant is challenging Washington U.S. Representative Adam Smith for his seat in Congress. And last night, Smith said her supporters went too far when one of them allegedly hit a Smith staffer with a chair. Renton police ended up arresting 3 of Sawant's supporters after they shut down Smith's town hall halfway through the event. Smith is up for re-election next year. Local races and issues are up for a vote in today's primary. In Shoreline, voters are deciding whether to extend a property tax levy to support schools. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports.
The district blames inflation for the budget issues. They say utility and transportation costs have gone up around 30% over the past 5 years. Parents say they hope to save the schools' underfunded programs.
Levies are supposed to fund the extras, but because our schools are severely underfunded, we're filling gaps.
And right now the property tax sits at $3.21.
For more on today's election, check out mynorthwest.com. The head of the Democratic National Committee is standing by Texas lawmakers who fled the state rather than vote on a new congressional map drawn up to deliberately give Republicans an edge.
Patriotism means standing up for our Constitution in this time when it's under assault.
The state's Republican governors ordered the civil arrests of the Democrats who left town. A new Coast Guard report blasts Everett-based OceanGate for the implosion of its Titan submersible on a trip to the Titanic. 5 people died. CBS's Michael Wallace.
The Coast Guard Marine Board blames OceanGate's inadequate design, certification, maintenance, and inspection process for the Titan. It says the company failed to properly investigate known issues with the sub's hull after it dived to the Titanic a year earlier. The board also cites a toxic work environment at OceanGate inadequate regulations for submersible vessels, and an ineffective whistleblower process.
Transportation Secretary and interim NASA Administrator Sean Duffy was asked today about plans to build a nuclear reactor on the moon. He says it's not a new idea.
We're in a race to the moon, in a race with China to the moon. And to have a base on the moon, we need energy. And some of the key locations on the moon, we're going to get solar power. But this fission technology is critically important.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up about 9 points. NASDAQ down 70. KIRO Radio News traffic in Seattle. A crash is blocking a lane on I-5 northbound near Seneca Street. Also in Seattle, maintenance crews have closed the northbound I-5 off-ramp to Swift Avenue. Remember, the express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, and that's putting pressure on your southbound drive. Travel time Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 71 minutes, about 5 longer than usual. Linwood to Seattle on I-5 is 54 minutes, 16 minutes longer. Traffic brought to you by Washington 811. If you're digging in your yard, you're legally required to call 811 to avoid damaging utility lines. Call or go to digsafewa.com. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly sunny today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 62 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Tuesday to all of you. And this is something that happens on the roads way too often, wrong way crashes. And the consequences are often deadly. But we're learning now that the state is going to try some new technology to help with that. Sully's here. Explain that.
Okay. Well, yeah, because we have a real problem with this. In fact, we're double the national rate in terms of fatal crashes in our state. And how they come to that number is what percentage of our fatal crashes are related to wrong way driving. National average 4%. We're at 8%.
Why?
We can come up with a couple of different reasons. The simplest one is probably what Gee's going to say.
I have one reason, and all of my folks, you know what I'm talking about. Going I-5 south, you get off for the exit for 512 to go towards, right? You get off on that exit, or I think it's mile marker 127. Ursula, when you go to get off, if you don't know that area and it's nighttime and you're not familiar, you could easily make the left and go into oncoming traffic.
Oh, Lordy.
Easily. Right?
And there's probably something like that because I almost got hit by a wrong way driver on Northeast 80th, the exit off of I-5.
Yeah. So it is bad. When you go to get on that 512 going east, you coming from I-5, you go to make that left, you have to go over, but you can easily make that left turn and go into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, so confusion is a part of it. Impairment is the number one reason.
Of course.
People
that's
just
not good.
No, it's not good. And I mean, there have been 57 wrong way crashes that ended in fatalities in our state in the last 5 years. During that same time frame, more than 400 other just wrong way driver crashes. So it's happening a lot. So what the state is trying to do, since they aren't going to address the underlying issue as it comes to DUIs, we've been talking about that for years, is they're trying to use some technology. And what they did is they used recent crash data and some data about wrong way drivers where it happens maybe frequently. And in 10 spots, they've created these kind of an alert and sensor situation. And so that if you go wrong way, on an on-ramp at these 10 locations. There are 4 of them here in King County. They're all on Highway 18, interestingly enough. A bunch of lights and a bunch of sensors and cameras and everything goes off, and immediately the Traffic Management Center with the DOT gets an alert immediately. There's someone going the wrong way at this ramp. They call State Patrol. They even put up messaging on the message boards for people heading that direction, like, watch out, there could be a driver coming your direction the wrong way, to alert other drivers who might be driving into that. So that's at 10 locations. What they've done that's kind of interesting is at 1,000 locations, they've added new wrong way signs, those big, bright, red wrong way signs, but they've added LED lighting to them. So they're going to be flashing wrong way to hopefully maybe get the person's attention. And then at 108 locations, and I don't have to go into the specifics of where they are, they've actually put raised pavement markers on the ramps showing you what direction is the right way and they have red lights in them. So if you drive and you see an arrow pointing at you, flashing red, that's another indicator. They're trying to make it more visible, so maybe people who may have gotten on the wrong way by mistake can take care of that right away and turn around.
But granted, I'm sure intoxication is a big problem. No doubt about that. That needs to be less. However, I don't think it's a coincidence that the state of Washington is leading the country in these wrong way situations, because there are other places in there, like even sober, you can make a mistake and get on some of these roads the way it's designed. Sometimes you got to protect people from themselves.
But they've got to have the data that shows where those problem areas are, especially, right? Because again, there would be liability issues too if it's poor signage, poor design, whatever. I mean, those are lawsuits.
Yeah, so potentially. So that's why the 4 going on along SR 18. There are 4 more on the I-5 area in Southwest Washington, Clark County area as well, and then 2 more on I-5 in Thurston County, where it may be possible to do that as well. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to figure out, why we're so much more so than the other countries. Only Maine and us are both double the national average, and these are mistakes that can be easy to make and of course impairment plays in. But they're trying what they can. This is only $2 million that they've thrown at this from the legislature, so there's obviously more things they could do, but they're going to try to see if this works and they can help maybe turn people around before they really run into somebody going the wrong way.
Yeah, great idea. All in favor. Okay. Not in favor of more tolling, and I understand now we have a few more details about tolling on 509 to the airport.
Yeah, well, not really to the airport.
Okay, so when is this going to start? How much is it going to be, and where? I know you've mentioned it before, but we need to emphasize this.
And I don't have the actual amounts in my head. You probably do, because I didn't do the story yesterday. But yeah, I think what it's going to be is basically $3. One way during peak times, down to like $1.50
to $4.80.
Okay, based on the time of day and the direction you're traveling. And this is for 1 mile. For 1 mile of an expressway, that's all they built so far. That if you drive I-5, you drive this every day. Mm-hmm. You've seen that new overpass pop up there, right there. Nice. Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, nice. It's a really nice. But that's going to be tolled now. It's been free right now. You got your taste. Now they're going to toll you, and it only goes a mile. Eventually, this freeway will go along the backside of the airport and join in with where 509 ends in Burien on the west side of the freeway. So they have to still build that next section, but the first section is open. It's only a mile, but it will be tolled. The idea is to provide a better way to maybe get into the airport, even though there isn't a direct access there. Again, it's only a mile. They still have a couple miles more to go, which haven't even really begun the construction process. But yeah, that's more tolling coming. And of course, coming this fall, there's going to be a huge overhaul of tolling on 167, where people are going to have to get a flex pass for the first time in 18 years of driving on 167, or else to declare whether you're HOV or not. So that's a big change for people on the Valley Freeway. So yeah, tolling is here, not going anywhere, and they're putting it in more and more places.
And I-5?
Still not yet.
Still, but I-5, what we're dealing with in terms of traffic
I thought you were talking about tolling.
Yeah, oh God, please no.
Well, there are some draft documents that are out there that show that, down the road, and we're talking 2040 range or maybe, but yeah, it's in the playbook. They just haven't opened that chapter of the book yet. But in terms of what we've seen because of the closure of the express lanes, the last 2 days haven't been bad. But they become pretty normal. Everyone's going to 405 out of Linwood, and to the point that 405 is now actually worse than I-5, even though the bigger impact overall has been I-5. I think people have kind of gotten used to it, and they've kind of settled into that. We've been dealing with basically 20-25-minute delays during the morning, basically every day since this started, and this is only week 3 of the month of hell. But I think drivers have kind of clued in. We'll see what really happens this weekend. Obviously, we've got the Seahawks, Thursday night. We've got the Ichiro weekend this weekend. There's going to be a ton of people heading into downtown. The weather's going to be getting better after tomorrow and Thursday morning. Yeah, so it's going to be very busy. We'll see what people can do. I tell you, I took light rail down to the Mariners game out of Linwood. nice and easy if you're looking for an option.
Absolutely.
Though it was very hard to find parking at Linwood. So, but yeah, I think people have settled in.
Thank you, Sully.
Happy birthday week.
I know. Do you know it's Sully's birthday same day?
Yeah, same day.
8/8.
Yep. And I'm turning the same age.
Happy birthday to you.
Are you turning the same age?
No,
his
not
wife
at all.
is.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not turning 39, Ursula.
No,
like you.
no.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, well, nice.
Anyway, happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday to you.
Before we get off, one of the things we got to talk about too, folks need to stay off the weed.
Oh my gosh.
No, for real. We talk about that wrong way driving stuff. So look, be careful now. Look, if y'all love your money, be careful. You smoking that 420 stuff, and you get behind the wheel, and you get into an accident, and they take your blood work. Come on now. If you like to keep your money, pay attention to that. Stay off the weed. Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, it's Would You Rather. And that's right, breast milk will make an appearance. Gee and Ursula.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you, which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/22/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of one unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. One discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. To celebrate, Bathfitter's offering payments as low as $125 a month. Ursula Reutin here. I chose Bathfitter Northwest because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors. Custom fit tub and shower solutions are installed in as little as 1 day, and every installation is backed by a lifetime warranty warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com to schedule a free consultation. This special offer won't last.
Windows are our home's top target for break-ins. At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer added security with our exclusive 3-layer security glass protection. Combined with our lifetime warranty, you'll have lifetime peace of mind. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
Beat rising costs at Lake Washington Windows and Doors. For a limited time, get a 20% inflation discount and enjoy easy 18-month free financing with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
With Clear Choice dental implants, one day can make the difference between hiding your smile and saying cheese. Thanks to our dental implant experts, our one-day teeth transformation culminates in your Clear Choice Day, the day when you start loving your smile again. Visit clearchoice.com or call 888-SMILE-05 to schedule your free consultation today. And let us help Seattle start smiling again.
Majority qualify for same-day dental implants after doctor recommendation. Offices owned by Dr. Alfonso Pinheiro.
Hey, everybody. It is the Gee Ursula Show. Coming up in the 10 o'clock hour. In just 6 years, nearly a third of us may have to swap careers entirely. Wait till y'all hear the surprising jobs that we'll all be lining up for. Ursula, I know that this game has you hesitant from time to time, but I met a lady over the weekend, older lady, and she absolutely loves this game. Would you rather, here we go. Would you rather never be stuck in traffic again or never get another cold?
I would rather never be stuck in traffic again.
Really?
And I say that because sometimes getting a cold, as long as it doesn't get out of control, helps build your immune system.
I don't want a cold again. I can't handle it. I'll give me traffic all day. I'll take traffic every day. A cold? I don't know what it is.
Cold?
It be hitting me, y'all. I'm just.
The last time you had it was like you had beads of liquid flying all over you.
Man, give me traffic. I don't want a cold. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of you all are married to the biggest babies in the world. I'm that big.
I was gonna say, are you one of those big babies?
Yes. A cold just does me dirty.
Oh, no.
Okay, us guys are constitutionally weak because, like, women have to deal with a monthly thing that can be very painful. And colds are not that bad, dude. Traffic every single day. Yep. Get rid of my traffic. Get rid of my traffic.
Oh, my God, that was just way...
Give me the traffic.
I want to know if there's anyone who agrees with G on that one.
No, nobody. Nobody. Everybody's taking traffic. Yeah. Allie in Tacoma says, I have a cold right now. I'll take traffic. Okay, here we go. Would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to make new ones? That's hard. Let me say it again. Would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to make new ones?
Can we do...
Nope. Don't do the Ursula. Don't do the Ursula. Don't do the Ursula.
Remember when we started Agree to Disagree and you just be like,
man.
neither.
Oh, my gosh. I'm right back there where I started.
This is a hard one.
It is. But I will say that I would rather be able to keep making new ones.
Really?
Wow. Nah, I'm cool. I would rather not be able to make new ones.
See, that's an impossible one, though, because I don't want to forget the other ones, but it does happen as you get a little older. You do forget some things.
Yeah, but like all of your old memories, that creates who you are.
It's true.
So if you lose all your old memories, you're a brand new person. And you have none of the experience. Like, you would forget that who's this guy I'm married to?
Don't try to talk her into it.
I'm talked into it. But then again, to think that you could never make another new memory.
Nope.
I am of the belief that every day is an opportunity to meet somebody new, make a new friend, and make a new memory.
So which one you want to do? You want to get rid of the old ones, Ursula, or you want to be able to create new ones? What you want to do?
I'm going to stick with my original answer.
And forget about the old memories.
Yeah, just keep making new ones with the people I love.
Okay, here we go. We got time right here. Would you rather watch your biggest secret be revealed on TV or your most embarrassing moment be revealed on TV?
Can you repeat that?
Would you rather watch your biggest secret be revealed on TV or most embarrassing moment be revealed on TV?
I'll do most embarrassing moment. Once you own that most embarrassing moment, it just becomes hilarious.
Agree.
Yep. If I think of the big mistakes I've made on the air, it's hilarious for me to talk about them today.
Yeah.
Once you confront them, it's like it's no longer embarrassing.
Yeah, I'd go with embarrassing moment too.
Right?
Yeah, embarrassing moment.
Some secrets just should not be out there. Yeah, you too?
Never trust a part. Would you rather? Here's your last one.
That was TMI.
Good advice.
Would you rather drink 6 ounces of breast milk or eat 6 ounces of wet dog food?
Oh my gosh.
Easy.
Breast milk. And I can't even believe you put breast milk together with dog food. Like breast milk, your baby is drinking the breast milk. You have probably tasted breast milk. Even if you're not talking about from the direct source, you're talking about when you kiss your baby.
Yeah.
It's on their lips.
Baby's
breath.
Manda, Charlie, and Sully say they've never.
Bull cookies. I'm going to go with the breast milk.
Yeah, I'm going with breast milk.
I had it before. It's like thin milk, but sweeter.
Yes, exactly.
Nothing wrong with it.
I'm going with the dog food.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Give me the wet dog food. I'm not doing the breast milk.
You can't, dude. You would not be able to choke down the dog food.
No.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
You tell you how. You want to know how? Put some hot sauce on it. hey, I'm telling you right now, you put some hot sauce on it. Put some Louisiana.
Imagine
or some
you
Frank's.
would rather eat dog that's meant for your food than that was meant for your baby.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many nutrients in that breast milk. Okay, I know people are done with that topic. Oh, gee.
All right. We had our fun. Now we got to get back to serious business at the 10 o'clock because I don't know if somebody's going to write my boss and says, the Gee and Ursula Show never covers news. Well, we got news for you. And speaking of news, in the next 6 years, nearly a third of us may have to swap careers entirely. Wait until you find out the surprising jobs that we are going to be lining up for. We do that next. Gee and Ursula.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Is leaking and rocks are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Gee and Ursula, weekdays from 9 to noon on KIRO Newsradio.
We live for the jaw droppers.
Gets hit in the backfield and dropped. Guess who? Witherspoon.
The deep balls sent sky high.
Gonna throw right down the seam. Touchdown, Seahawks!
Big moments that throw you out of your seat.
And it's intercepted. Richard Sherman with a leaping interception.
Questioning the laws of physics and worthy of the celebration. Celebrating 50 seasons of Seahawks football. Visit Seahawks.com/tickets today.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Making an Impact, sponsored by Grainger. Nearly 140,000 people over the age of 55 are facing homelessness. Healthcare in Action is a mobile unit helping to bring care.
These are folks who are kind of entering the stage where they're starting to have multiple complex chronic medical conditions that need to be met, and they're just not being met. They're also the most vulnerable.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by.
You're not at your house. You're at a lavish seaside estate. You're not walking the dog. You're hunting for clues in an Agatha Christie mystery. See it differently with BritBox. Stream an endlessly entertaining collection of British TV, including new original series, Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
Bit awkward, really. I think I might just have solved a murder.
And Outrageous, a scandalous true story.
Seems there's a political extremist in every family these days.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox.
Save up to 25% on new air conditioning and heat pump systems during the final days of Home Comfort Alliance warehouse clearance sale. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO-FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. A Tennessee manhunt is over with the arrest of Austin Robert Drummond, the man wanted in the shooting deaths of 4 members of the same family last week. CBS's Nicole Valdez.
All of those 4 victims are of the same family. Police say that Drummond knew them, but they haven't really shed light on exactly how he knew them. Was he related to them?
Transportation Secretary and interim NASA Chief Sean Duffy said today there are plans to build an American nuclear reactor on the moon.
We're in a race to the moon, in a race with China to the moon. And to have a base on the moon, we need energy. And some of the key locations on the moon, we're going to get solar power. But this fission technology is critically important.
Here on Earth, Duffy is also proposing to ease a waiver process on drone companies to allow them to fly farther out of sight regulations. Texas Democrats seeking refuge in Illinois were joined by Democrats from that state in a show of support after Texas Governor Greg Abbott ordered the civil arrest of lawmakers who left to head off a vote on a GOP redistricting effort. DNC Chair Ken Martin.
Texas Democrats are doing their damn jobs. They're standing up for the Constitution. They're standing up for the democracy. They're standing up for the voices of their constituents. There is nothing more American than calling out corruption, blasting bullies who seek to harm others, and defending democracy and the will of the voters.
A U.S. Coast Guard report finds the Titan submersible disaster was due to preventable safety failures and deliberate oversight avoidance.
CBS's Michael Wallace.
5 people were killed in the June 2023 implosion. The Coast Guard Marine Board blames OceanGate's inadequate design, certification, maintenance, and inspection process for the Titan. It says the company failed to properly investigate known issues with the sub's hull after it dived to the Titanic a year earlier. The board also cites a toxic work environment at OceanGate, inadequate regulations for submersible vessels, and an ineffective whistleblower process.
Well, CBS's Dr. John LaPook says the report finds lowering of the recommendation for initial colonoscopy several years ago has had an impact.
Back in 2018, the American Cancer Society said, you know what, let's start screening people at 45 if they're at average risk rather than 50. Because we've been seeing for many years colon cancer affecting younger and younger people for unclear reasons. Okay?
Yeah.
So they said, all right, fine, we'll start screening. We should pick up those cancers hopefully at an earlier stage when they're more curable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if they're in the very earliest stage, they're more than 90% curable, and that's exactly what happened.
And checking Wall Street, the Dow is up 11 points. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today.
The man accused in a deadly arson claims it's a case of mistaken identity. The story coming up, but first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. In Seattle, the crash has been cleared from I-5 northbound near Seneca Street, and the maintenance crew is done on the northbound I-5 off-ramp to Swift Avenue. The express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, so your southbound commute's a little bit slow. Travel times Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 69 minutes. That's about 12 longer than usual. Linwood to Seattle on I-5 will take you 46 minutes, 20 minutes longer than typical. Traffic brought to you by Washington 811. If you're digging in your yard, you're legally required to call 811 to avoid damaging utility lines. Call or go to digsafewad.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. The man accused of lighting a Seattle house fire that killed a woman has pleaded not guilty. But attorneys for Lixian Shi say police arrested the wrong man, and dozens of people from Shi's church, including this man, told the judge.
It's inconceivable to us that he would even remotely consider committing these crimes.
KIRO 7 TV was in court when the judge upheld bail for Shi. Investigators say when they searched his bedroom, they found cans of starter fluid. Seattle may soon install more surveillance cameras in high-crime neighborhoods. 57 cameras are already up in places like Aurora Avenue and Chinatown. The mayor and police chief would like to also see them on Capitol Hill, the Stadium District, and around Garfield High School. Business owner Mandy Avid tells KIRO 7 TV.
Videoing people's not going to stop it. It's just going to try to help you find the guy after the fact.
The ACLU says it threatens privacy and civil liberties. Seattle's police chief is speaking out after 3 people were shot dead in just 4 days.
The latest shootings happened Sunday morning. 2 people killed in separate shootings. The third happened late last week when a man was shot and killed outside a church in the U District. So far, no one has been arrested, but SPD Chief Sean Barnes says
our dedicated officers, detectives, and crime scene investigators are actively engaging in all 3 investigations, pursuing leads with the utmost diligence.
James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Have you filled out your ballot yet? Today is primary election day in Washington state. This, of course, is not a presidential primary, but Haley Watkins with King County Elections says there are plenty of important local races.
We're talking about folks like mayors and city councils, school boards, even water and hospital commissioners. Those folks are making decisions on behalf of our communities every single day.
The top 2 candidates, regardless of party, will face off in the general election. The dream is alive for the Bonnie Lake Sumner Little League team. They face off against Oregon this afternoon in a regional tournament. With a win, they'll move to the regional championship, and that's one step closer to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly sunny today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 66 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
It's Tuesday. August 5th, and Ursula's birthday week. Ursula, it's your big day on Friday. Let me ask you this, Ursula.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting ready to turn 60.
Mm-hmm.
What's some of your thoughts? What's some of your thoughts been lately about turning 60? Have you been reflecting whether by yourself and just been like where my life is, where I thought it would be? Are you happy with where it is? Talk to us.
I'm really happy with where it is.
Okay.
On a number of fronts. On when it comes to my core family and where we are and how close we are.
Mm-hmm.
How the show is going, how much I enjoy working with all of you, and honestly, the relationship that we've built up with our listeners, all that is great. The one thing that stands out to me in turning 60 is I want more time. I want a lot more time. And when I think of 60 and then I hear of people who are passing at 70 or 75, I'm like, no.
Okay.
I mean, that I don't mean to be a downer about that, but it's like I love life so much that it's just a reminder to me every single day to live each day like it could be my last.
Can I ask you this?
Corny as that is.
No, that's fair. I want to ask this of you. Would you say that, obviously you went through the passing of both of your parents?
Yes, within 6 months.
That was tough.
Yes.
Would you say right now is some of the best times of your life?
Yes. Because those were some of the worst.
Right.
Losing 2 brothers and my parents.
Right.
Yes. So right now I'm enjoying life, and right now, relatively speaking, our health is all good.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
But thank you for asking. I didn't mean to get so deep at the start of the show.
I mean, come on now. I gotta get back on track. I've lost a lot of listeners and fans, so people are really upset with me today.
Oh no. What are they upset about? Okay, well,
yeah.
Never mind. Okay, text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Honestly, I haven't seen that much anger. I think we're good. I think we're good.
Would you rather games?
Okay, that's one person. We're good. Okay,
all right.
But let's get to it because
what's new at 10?
We've got a lot to talk about. So Microsoft is cutting another 40 jobs here in Washington. This is part of an ongoing series of layoffs that we've been talking about, even as the company is posting record profits. So far this year, there have been more than 3,100 workers at Microsoft who've been let go. Thousands more have been impacted around the world. And the cuts come as, of course, Microsoft is pouring tons of money, tens of billions we're talking about, into AI infrastructure. $88 billion last year alone, another $30 billion planned by September. And CEO Satya Nadella says it's the enigma of success. So AI is not just changing the way we work. And I just want to remind everybody that we only started talking about it how long ago?
February 2023.
Okay, yeah. So we haven't been talking about it.
I'll always, hey, Ursula, whenever I think of AI, I will always, like, chef is embedded in my head.
It's like when we started realizing, oh, wow, this is something more than
you were
just
on
a little
cruise.
bit.
I was
on a cruise.
I hope she make it.
Yes. So now we're talking about AI because it is revolutionizing so much. And we're talking about it's also starting to cost jobs, especially for the younger tech workers. And if you talk to a young person who is in tech right now, they're worried. And Goldman Sachs says unemployment for 20 to 30-year-olds in tech has jumped nearly 3 percentage points just since early last year. That's more than 4 times the overall rate. But, okay, you said, I think this is scary. And the International Monetary Fund says in advanced economies, 60% of jobs could be reshaped by AI, which is also mirrored in a McKinsey report that for the U.S., which also says 30% of all roles could be fully automated.
Are we in a trust tree right now?
Yes.
I want to feel safe in saying what I'm going to say.
Okay, I was worried when you say that, but yes.
Ursula, I want to just tell you something. You're in denial.
About AI?
Yes, you are.
Because I see so much of the positive.
Yeah, you're in every day. We talk about it. You're always, but. Yeah, but you're always trying to see glass half full with this. And it's
do you
great.
Want me to crawl in a corner and go fetal position? What do you want me to do?
But I'm just saying, like, sometimes we be talking about this, and you're just like, well, like, Ursula, this is real.
I tell you what's real. So if they're saying jobs could be significantly reshaped by AI, then this is a wake-up call to say, well, I'm going to try to figure out not to have my blinders on and say, well, I'm just not going to learn AI. Hey, what can you do? What can you do to make yourself not irrelevant in AI?
You know what the reshape reminds me of, that term? That term, reshape, is almost like when you sat down with your significant other and they say, hey, it's not you, it's me.
Oh, no.
Right? The reshape, that term, reshape, is just a way for us not to be scared.
Yes.
No. It's not reshaped. There's jobs that's never coming back.
Yes, but you know what? There's going to be jobs that are created because of AI.
Let me ask you a question. What's harder?
Brian from Arlington, I'm with you, Ursula. The sky's not falling. Thank you.
No, seriously, what's harder? Losing 50 pounds and keeping it off?
Don't bring weight into the picture.
Or changing your career entirely. Because there are going to be people that cannot do it. And there are going to be people who won't be able to catch up. And there's currently no plan for those people. And that's what terrifies me the most.
Oh, okay.
Like already 10% of men in America are out of the workforce in prime working age. 1 in 8 men are not working in America right now. What happens when all those jobs goes away?
Okay, I got one for you. Ursula, help me with this one. There will be those in-between jobs, I'll call them. And I don't want to be disrespectful. Yes. I really don't, because a job is a job. But there will be a lot of those, hey, I'm just trying to figure things out. I just finished school, and until I get something in my career, I'm going to do this customer service, or I'm going to just do a lot of these simple jobs are going to go away. And so we already have a problem with the haves and the have not, a huge gap. This will be even further, right? Like we are.
Again, okay, and I'll tell you why I have the glass half full mentality about this.
Come on.
Because from the beginning of my career, from the time I started here at KIRO at 23, do you know how often I heard about radio dying, your industry's going to die, people are going to do your job for you? I've heard it over and over, and there are industries that, yes, they have gone by the wayside, but what's going to be the next big thing? And I think my advice would be to always keep your mind open to learn or to be a part of that next big thing. Okay, how do I adjust myself? Because otherwise, what are you going to do? Look at it and just be, like I said, scared and not do anything to put yourself in a position to do okay? I mean, what are you going to do when you talk about this? What would you do if your job is taken over by AI in 5 years?
Go work for somebody that's really smart. Wait, but hold on. Look at things right now. Now, I'm being serious for a second. I'm not joking. Right now, we are already having a lot of people work from home. So, Ursula, your day, Gen X, baby boom, we have a lot of people that have started out, Gen Z, that are working from home. Their only network is on Zoom, Microsoft Teams, virtually. They have not been out here and able to be out and about into the workforce to get a network. So if that job goes away, now what?
Yeah, because be ready to find something else. Again, and I'm not trying to say that I'm rose-colored glasses and not seeing that there are going to be some hardships. Yes, but again, it's coming. So what are you going to do? Just talk about how scared we are?
Well, I think I look at it from more of a policy level than a personal level, because the rate of change is going to be so fast. If McKinsey's saying that 30% of all jobs will disappear by 2030, that's 5 years from now, right? Like, a lot of secretarial positions disappeared over the course of 20 years because of computers. I can't think of any time in human history in which such a vast swath of the workforce has been will be replaced by technology. I mean, if you look at the past, the loom put a lot of people out of work. but they still knew how to work with their hands and there were jobs available for them. They were just different. This is something utterly different.
What do you think?
And like, I don't hear policymakers talking at all, or the tech people about what we're going to do with those people.
What do you think about that, Ursula?
Now, that part I think is correct. I think that there are people in Congress. This is another reason we need term limits.
Come on. Go ahead.
There are people in Congress that still haven't figured out the internet.
Boom.
Okay, so
Boom.
yes, we need to have, and there's a lot of reading that is available right now about, I mean, it's basically the Wild West, and there needs to be some true experts talking about what kind of things that we can do to put in regulations without stifling creativity and productivity. I mean, but there needs to be some safeguards because, yes, we could be in big trouble. That part I'll grant you.
I'll tell you what scared me. It's like I remember, you remember where you were when you thought COVID was real. COVID was real when Dr. Rabinowitz came in here and when he had that interview, I thought it was real. When I knew that AI was real and I'm like, is when the CEO of ChatGPT stood before Congress and said, we need help. We need this regulated. Mark Zuckerberg never. So they never. Jack Dorsey and Twitter, they never went before Congress and said, hey, we need social media regulated. The CEO of ChatGPT says, hey,
yes.
Congress,
yes.
I'm testifying. We need help in regulation. We need this. And like you said.
The technology is way in advance of government catching up with, hey, how can we put some guardrails in? Yes.
So when you hear that, Ursula, when you hear 30%, and not just for Ursula, everyone, when you hear, Ursula, that 30% of jobs could go away in 5 years, that don't scare you?
Sure, I'm worried, but I also know estimates like the ones that are given by McKinsey. I mean, these are worst case scenarios to try to shake people up into doing something. So, so
Microsoft
you've got the warning.
Microsoft just showed you.
Yes, and they're laying off people. Yes, and it stinks. But again, what do you do? Reinvent yourself. Try to stay ahead of it. Try to learn more. Don't be stuck and say, I'm not going to do anything new.
Reconsider your stance on universal basic income if you don't think that that's something that will be necessary.
Ooh.
I mean, that's one thing.
Well, Ursula, right now, if you were to still be working,
yes.
If you weren't doing this.
I'm still working.
I know, but what would you be doing? I'm going to tell you now. Let me be vulnerable with y'all.
Yes.
I don't know what I would do. Right now, if they came in here and gave you that manila envelope and Marin came down and says, Gee, today's your last day.
I mean, how many jobs do you have right now? You have so many jobs you can't even sleep. So, yeah, you would be, doubling down on your auctioneering or on your philanthropy work or whatever. I mean, what would I do? I enjoy teaching. I would love to go into teaching. I have always dreamed of that. I love real estate. I would go into real estate. I mean, there's a million things I could do.
Oh, you're just a hustler. Okay. You're just a hustler. Okay,
I think we need to look at the realities. See, they're putting out the warning signs right now. You could lose your job. So what are you going to do to make yourself relevant?
But the difference between this is where you're glass half full and I'm glass half empty. You say AI will bring on new opportunities for jobs. I think AI lessens opportunities for jobs. Like literally every time I hear and we hear of AI is always something that is cost saving or time saving.
Yes.
Nobody ever says, oh my gosh, I started using AI and once I started, this created other jobs to do. No. Every time you use AI, it's like, I no longer need for my daughter to fill out this application. I no longer need to, if I want to balance my stock portfolio,
still needs to put
AI can do it.
I know that, but you need to have the input in going into AI. I mean, AI is helping me with my job, but we still need to fact check it. We still need to do the input. We still need to say, nope.
What do you think we're going to need to do in 2 years?
Yeah, it's going to change.
I mean, Ursula.
Okay, Ron in Tacoma says, all easier said than done. I'm being elitist. No, I'm just trying not to, like I said, go into a fetal position in a corner and say, okay, AI's taken over. Life's over. Like, what are you going to do? It's not going to stop.
Can I ask Gen Z? Hey, Brady, you're Gen Z, bruh.
Yep.
You young. Are you scared?
No, I'm not scared at all.
Oh.
Thank you, Brady. And why are you not scared?
I mean, whatever's going to happen, happens. And I mean, for AI, I mean, you're not going to take personable jobs out with AI. I mean, you're not going to take athletics out of with AI.
What the hell athletic are you still doing?
I play in some co-ed softball leagues, G. I'll have you know.
That don't pay.
That don't pay, no. But I'm saying, like, you can still get into coaching. You can still get into private teaching.
So you're talking about elite stuff, right?
I mean, if you want to make big bucks, yeah, you'd have to make it elite.
How about this, though? The ferry system's still hiring. How about all the plumbing jobs and the HVAC jobs? I mean, those aren't going to be taken over by AI.
There are great blue-collar jobs. But the vast majority of jobs that won't be replaced are things that deal with human services. So working at a restaurant, cooking food, taking care of elderly people, working in healthcare. And a lot of those jobs do not pay a living wage.
That's true. Mike in Portland, your job won't be taken by AI, but it will be taken by someone who knows how to use AI. And no truer words have been spoken.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad. Would you agree with that?
I'll say that there's a good chance.
So let me ask you this. Let's just say you are on Ursula's side and you're like, yeah, okay. Do you know how to use AI? Are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Learning.
How good are you? Because I tell you, I'm at a 0.
But why? Because you've chosen to be at a 0.
I mean, Chef
and I could show you right now how to use it. You're still.
I use it for. Hold on.
Resistant on News Boss.
No, but I use AI for me. Like right now, I'm using AI for a chunk of my stock portfolio. I'm using AI for my workouts. I'm using AI for my meal plan.
But they're not replacing jobs at the moment.
I'd argue
I'm not going to argue. We're already seeing how AI is cutting down on jobs. But
we need you, Ursula.
I guess the thing is, we can do gloom and doom and instill fear in everybody, or you can encourage people, hey, there's new technology. You need to stay ahead of it, stay abreast of it. No pun intended. Don't become irrelevant as much as possible.
Okay, that's fair. I'll say this. Within the next 5 years, you got to be above average. Right? You can't just be, it's going to be hard, especially if you want to make a cost of living here in this place. It's good stuff. But Ursula, she kept
I love Jeff in Long Branch. AI could be the new Y2K. Remember all that fear mongering about Y2K?
Yeah, good stuff.
It's not.
Okay. Y'all ready for this? Coming up next, chronic complaining can rewire your brain. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
By texting 26022, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Tax Lien Code. Message and data rates may apply. Terms apply. Available at taxliencode.com.
Imagine waking up and not needing to rush. No commute, no emails, no boss. Just coffee, sunlight, and the freedom to choose. That's the power of tax lien investing. It's been around for over 200 years, used by banks, hedge funds, and the wealthy. And now, finally, it's being taught right here in Seattle. It's secure, predictable, passive income backed by real estate and mandated by state law. And it pays you, sometimes 15 to 35% returns. You don't need to own property. You just need to see how it works and how to do it right. We've taught over 100,000 students, and we'll teach you for free at a live masterclass right here in Seattle. If you're ready to start building real wealth through tax lien investing, this is it. Text LEARN to 26022 to reserve your free seat. That's LEARN to 26022. But hurry, seats are limited. Text LEARN to 26022.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Summer's here. Get ready for backyard barbecues, trips to the pool, and COVID-19?
That's right. COVID isn't taking this summer off and can actually spread year-round. I'm Dr. Simone Wiles, and as an infectious disease expert, I know my patients are often surprised by this fact. They don't expect COVID to strike in the summer and derail their plans, but guess what? It can. COVID can be unpredictable and quickly turn serious, especially for those who are 50 plus or have certain underlying medical conditions. The good news is that if you start feeling sick or test positive, you don't need to wait it out. Prescription medications exist to treat COVID for certain people. If you catch COVID this summer, don't delay. Ask your doctor if prescription medication is right for you. Learn more at Pfizerforall.com/COVID-19.
This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to your neighborhood Buc-ee's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Buc-ee's.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A petition for a new law to change the state's Amber Alert system is gaining steam. Whitney's Law is named after Whitney Decker, whose 3 daughters were killed allegedly by their own father.
Former Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett argued Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker might still be alive if the Amber Alert system or rules for custodial visits were changed by a new law like Whitney's Law.
We're not going to deny you visits, but let's put this in a safe environment. Maybe that would have been the piece that could potentially have helped in this situation.
The Decker case
case didn't meet current Amber Alert thresholds because Travis Decker had custodial visitation rights. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A manhunt is over in Tennessee with the arrest of Austin Robert Drummond, who's wanted for killing 4 people. CBS's Nicole Valdez.
All of those 4 victims are of the same family. Police say that Drummond knew them, but they haven't really shed light on exactly how he knew them.
The Republican governor of Texas is calling for the civil arrest of Democratic lawmakers who fled the state rather than vote for a new congressional map that President Trump wants. It would help Republicans keep control of the U.S. House in the midterm elections. Ken Martin chairs the Democratic National Committee.
There is nothing more American than calling out corruption, blasting bullies who seek to harm others, and defending democracy and the will of the voters.
On this primary election day in Washington, voters in Shoreline are deciding whether to extend a property tax levy to help with a big budget gap for schools. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports.
Shoreline School District leaders say right now they are facing a $6.5 million budget crisis for the next school year. They tell us if voters approve the levy, that will generate $7.25 million to use on special education, bring in extra support for large classes, and save things like sports and music programs.
Check out mynorthwest.com for more election information. Alaska Airlines is launching new international flights. The Seattle-based airline says starting next spring, you'll be able to fly nonstop from Seattle to London Heathrow and Reykjavik, Iceland. Those flights will be on brand new Boeing 787-9 Dreamliners with upgraded features and a new paint job. Instead of the iconic native Alaskan on the tail, there will be a sweeping aurora borealis. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 54 points, NASDAQ down 71. KIRO News Radio traffic. I'm not seeing any major blocking issues right now. If you're in Seattle, there is road work blocking a lane eastbound on Denny Way between Terry and Bourne. Watch out for that. And remember, express lanes are open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, and that's putting pressure on your southbound drive. Travel time, Alderwood to South Center on I-405 right now is 64 minutes, about 12 longer than usual. Linwood to Seattle on I-5 South is 46 minutes, 24 minutes longer. Traffic brought to you by Washington 811. If you're digging in your yard, you are legally required to call 811 to avoid damaging utility lines. Call or go to digsafewad.com. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly sunny today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 65 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Tuesday to all of you. And do you see there's a little bit of sunshine outside? See, again, already making me, you can call it mostly cloudy or partly sunny, and I'm going with partly sunny today.
Ursula,
I know it drives people crazy.
That fall, because when I go out in the morning time, I leave early in the morning, I can see the dew, the moisture on my grass.
It's making you happy.
It makes me happy.
Puts a bounce in your step. Mm-hmm. Okay, we just kind of had a venting session all about AI in that last segment, and it does feel good to vent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But okay, let's say you had a bad day at work or you are struggling in your marriage and you just unload all those feelings, whether it's a good friend or if it's work-related to your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Science actually says that does not help. Doing all that venting does not help. So this is a massive review of more than 150 studies, and they found that venting your feelings, like if you're into yelling, smashing things, or going for a long, hard run, actually that's going to make you more worked up. And it's researchers at Ohio State say that's because those activities will actually increase your heart rate and feed the very physical arousal anger that you are feeling. So instead of calming you down, it gets you revved up.
Mm-hmm.
And so they say that the real fix is to calm your body with things like meditation, slow breathing, mindfulness, or even just sitting quietly.
Who cares what Ohio State had to say?
Forget them researchers?
Forget them researchers.
Okay, why?
They're actually wrong on this. And I'll tell you why they are wrong. I just saw this last week. Don't quote me on it. I just saw this. And what it talked about is most people, all they need is about 5 to 8 minutes of someone's time to really put their life in the trajectory of how things are going in their life in a better situation.
Are you talking about a therapist?
No.
Or just somebody?
Just somebody. So, for example, if you are having a very hard time, and you call your friend Ursula, hey, Ursula, I want to talk to you. And you're just telling Ursula, hey, yeah, this is going on. It's the 5th of the month right now. I'm not asking you for money, but I'm just struggling right now. I got job uncertainty, all these things. And I unload on you for about 5 minutes or so. You're not giving me a solution. You just listening. And one of the things that I learned, and fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. Fellas, you ever in a situation when you're talking to your boo, your significant other, and they try to tell you something that happened at work, and you try to solve it, and they're like, I don't want you to solve the problem. I just want you to listen.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, Ursula, I learned this from the ladies. Sometimes you just got to be there to listen. So,
this is true.
So Ohio State and them don't know what the hell they're talking about.
And I would say that going for a run or doing some kind of activity to take your mind off of whatever it is that's stressing you out, I think that would work. But if they're saying this is 150 studies said that revving up your heart rate only makes it worse. And the one thing I'm thinking of is sometimes when you do get revved up and you don't have that chance to bring it down, it's really hard when you have that quiet moment to bring it down. And that's what I have to work on. It's hard for me to meditate. I always feel like I'm on. And then when I finally stop, that's when the feelings of anxiety or, 18,000 ideas come to my head of what I'm not, or I agree with you.
I really just disagree wholeheartedly with this.
I agree with you that having someone to listen is humongous.
Because you feel like you're not alone. And for me, some of my hardest times in life, the person didn't fit. Well, Rob Sams did give me some money, but it made you feel as if you weren't alone. Now it sounds good. Okay, I'm going through a hard time. I'm going to meditate or I'm going to go work out.
It's hard for me to meditate.
You still feel like you by yourself. And some people don't like working out and or meditating. But you call Ursula up. And the reason why I say Ursula, because Ursula is someone good to call.
It's true.
When you're going through a hard time.
And it's a privilege for me.
Right. And you're gonna listen to what they have to say. You're going to give them that soft voice. And boom. 5 minutes. And that's the thing, though. It doesn't take hours. 5 minutes to really save someone's life.
Sharon, the Scrabble savant, says, I always like having a ball, like a tennis, racquetball, or pickleball as a form of release or a brisk walk or talk with a friend. Okay, now I got to just bring up something else because there's more research. This one from Stanford University. So tell me if you believe this, because it says, if you hate it when your partner unloads all their problems on you, science says, again, that you have a legitimate reason to tune out, and they've got a reason to stop. Because complaining is bad for your brain. The average person, according to this research, the average person complains between 15 and 30 times a day. I would argue that there are some people who just complain 10 times more than that.
Sweeping statement.
But science says it's terrible for your health and for your relationships. And this research from Stanford found that complaining actually shrinks the hippocampus, which is the part of the brain that is responsible for memory and problem solving. And 30 minutes of listening to someone complain can physically damage your brain.
Sweeping statement coming up. In the relationships, heterosexual relationships, the women complain more than men constantly. That's number one. Number two,
the wrong way.
Okay, no. And number two, we men are used to it, and we know how to. In our minds, we're like, okay. Well,
see, you're painting the picture of the henpecked husband. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not henpecked. I'm just telling you what we are saying in our head when they're complaining. They're telling you, so anyway, so we was at work, and then Becky said this and this, and in your mind, you're like, well, yeah, that sounds like it was your fault, but I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't want to sleep on the couch. You know what I mean? Like you are in your mind, and you know the fix. You know how to tell your wife, like, yeah, you're just as fault as that other person, but you know better. You know better. And really?
So this is the time when you're just listening and not trying to solve. Mm-hmm. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for real? Oh my goodness. You know what? You're right. Mm-hmm.
Brian from Arlington agrees with this article. So complaining, it rewires your thinking. The more you complain, it says, the more your brain strengthens those negative pathways, making it easier for negative thoughts to pop up again later, even when nothing's wrong. I agree with that research. I think that there's some people who are just built to complain. And even if you bring up something really positive, they're going to just find some way to shoot it down.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. It's bad for your brain.
As someone who just spent a week with my children on vacation, my son is very demanding, and I feel like I spent an entire week listening to complaining, and I feel like it sapped my entire brain of all energy. Like, there were good parts, too.
Yes.
When you know that feeling when kids just whine and complain for half an hour, and it feels like you just ran a marathon.
It does. And one of the things that I have shared with someone I love, who's going through some stressful times, I said, sometimes it's almost like we seek that feeling of chaos and stress, and we have to not normalize that.
That's why you listen.
Sometimes you have to look at the mirror and say, what am I doing to contribute to this stressful situation? And it's hard because sometimes you just feel like you always want to function in that.
Did you not like my sweeping statement?
I'm trying to move past it, but although are people agreeing with you?
No, they know that text history. They don't want to get caught, so they stay away from that. All right.
425 just texted in and said, I just lost my mom yesterday, and listening to you and your story does give me comfort, but I am sad beyond words. And I want to say, 425, I'm so sorry. And that is a pain that we all eventually feel. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that right now. And just cherish the memories that you have together. And again, I'm sorry.
Scenarios next, Gee Ursula.
Looking for an epic summer night in Seattle? Be here for the Mariners Drone Show at T-Mobile Park, Friday, August 22nd, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
It is Grand Salami time! Cal Raleigh with his third Grand Slam of the season.
The team is taking on the A's at 7:10, and after the game, we'll be lighting up the sky with hundreds of drones, celebrating Mariners icons past and present. Don't miss out on a jaw-dropping post-game show.
He got him! He puts him away! And the ball game is over. Another phenomenal save by Andres Munoz.
Head to Mariners.com to grab your seats and see the full lineup of special events, including Kids Appreciation Day, Sunday, August 24th, and the Logan Gilbert Funko Pop giveaway, September 8th to 10th. Plus, check out a great slate of marquee interleague matchups against the Padres, Cardinals, and Dodgers.
Julio clubs this deep out to left field and gone. Julio for the second time.
Mariners baseball. Try dance up.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington, and that is significant because that is 42,000 families and homes that are so much better off after having Bathfitter come to their home. And to celebrate, Bathfitter is offering monthly payments as low as $125 a month. Now, I chose Bathfitter Northwest because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors. It's important to find someone who lives in your community and is invested in your community, and that is Bathfitter Northwest. Custom fit tub and shower solutions are installed in as little as 1 day. Every installation is backed by a lifetime warranty. You get to work with a designer, or you get to come up with your perfect bathroom solution. And all you need to do is call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com to schedule a free consultation. Again, right now, to celebrate their big milestone, they are offering monthly payments as low as $125 a month. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com. This special offer won't last.
Crawl space and attics are not places you want to spend much time, but many homes in our area can have serious issues behind the hatches. Hi, it's the owner of Crawl Pros, Richard Herron. For years, you've heard us talking about how we go where you don't want to. with our free corner-to-corner inspection to keep your crawl space and attic well insulated and free of mold and water. You've also heard about the pest control division of our company to keep your home bug and critter free. I'm excited to tell you about our newest division, Plumber Pros. Plumber Pros takes the same customer-first approach to plumbing that we do with our crawl space, attic, and pest control work. We've handpicked skilled plumbers that I know you'll feel comfortable inviting into your home. So next time you run into plumbing issues, from leaky faucets and clogged drains to full home repipes and sub pump installations, call Crawl Pros and we'll get our plumbing division, Plumber Pros, out to get it resolved. For anything related to your crawl space, attic, pest control, or plumbing, call Crawl Pros or visit us at crawlpros.com.
Hey golf fans, Jordan Babineau here. Get ready for an unforgettable weekend at the 2025 Boeing Classic. Come see Masters champions and Hall of Fame golfers battle it out at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge, August 8th through the 10th. Bring the whole family and check out Seahawks Village, packed with fun for all ages. Plus, celebrate 20 years of the Boeing Classic, supporting the Benaroya Research Institute at Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. It's more than just golf. It's an experience you won't want to miss. August 8th through the 10th. Tickets start at just $20 and kids get in free. Visit BlowingClassic.com for more.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Care Partners Senior Living is growing. Amanda here. We are very excited to introduce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, and North Creek Bothell, bringing compassionate, quality care at an affordable price, closer to more of you. Visit carepartnersliving.com today.
And now, Tales of Another Way. You've got your same old playlist, but another song about a breakup is just a downer. 2 minutes in your music app, and now you're groovin', man. Sometimes another way is the better way, like the new SR 509 Expressway, the alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. Tolling begins soon, and you can save $2 per toll with a Good to Go pass. Get a free sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
It is Gee and Ursula Scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
We just got this scenario in this morning from one of our listeners. I met a really nice man at an event, and we ended up talking for quite a while. Our first phone conversation lasted about 90 minutes. Lots in common, great back and forth. He suggested that we meet at the Top Pot Donuts over at the Renton Landing, since he lives nearby. I told him earlier that I live near Lake Tapps, and generally, if I'm meeting someone, I try to suggest a halfway point. Still, I went. Traffic was a little dicey, so it took me 40 minutes to get there. When I arrived, he already had coffee, but never asked if I wanted something to drink. We talked for 4 hours, and nada. I always offer to split the bill because I don't think it's always up to the guy to pay, but there was nothing to split. When the place closed, yes, they closed it down, we walked around the shopping area. He never asked if I wanted to grab a bite, which was fine, but during the walk, he tried to kiss me twice.
No.
I backed off, just wasn't feeling it. We're the same age, late 60s, but I look mid-50s. I'm young-spirited, attractive, stylish, and financially solid. He's retired, successful, fun, and genuinely nice. But as much as I enjoyed his company, I felt no chemistry. Honestly, not offering to meet halfway, not asking if I wanted anything to drink, and trying to kiss me without any signals from me, all feel like little red flags. Unless he's fine with just being friends, I'm not likely to meet again. Am I making more of this than I should? 888-973-5476 is the text line. Ursula, what you got, girl?
No, you're not making more. No, and no. Listen to your gut. Those were red flags. It's one thing that he didn't offer anything to drink while there, but at no point did he offer. And I know there are going to be people who say, well, why didn't she offer? But if this is something that bothered you, go with it. This is not, and maybe what you were attracted to over the phone, you said you didn't feel anything when you actually met in person. Maybe he was putting up a front and then you see him in person. It's like, no, ain't nobody got time for that.
She likes this dude. And I know you're listening. You like this guy. I know this. I can tell.
Why?
Now,
What? How?
Wait, look, he messed up. He messed up with he should have met halfway. He should have, when she got there and pulled up, by the way, Lillian bought her own coffee at my first date. When he pulled up, he should have made sure she had coffee, right? Should have done that or offered something to drink. And then afterwards, maybe he should have gotten something bite to eat. But you know what, ladies? Sometimes we fellas can't read your damn mind. We don't know all the time. We miss the cues. Give the man another chance. Tell him, hey, this and that and this, and maybe he'll shape up.
No chemistry.
This man is selfish and he's a taker. I come from a service industry background, and I believe that you have to anticipate others' needs to some extent in a relationship. That's just part of it. He's selfish in having you meet by his house instead of yours. He's selfish in not even considering the fact that you would want something to drink or maybe a bite to eat over the course of 4 to 5 hours
after you went through traffic.
Also, maybe this is a generational thing, but I think consent can actually be sexy, and it's a lot better to ask someone or tell them, "Hey, I'd really like to kiss you right now." And go through with that. This is a guy who just wants things from you. You said there is no spark.
No chemistry.
Absolutely. And by the way, if he wants to be just friends, that's BS too. Because no man, after going out on a date with you, is going to want to be just friends. They're just sticking around because they think they can change your mind.
But being serious for a second, Ursula.
I'm with Chef.
There is a possibility that this guy, like, the fact that he tried to kiss her twice.
Okay, and guess what? That's a real red flag.
That's the worst thing he did.
Yeah,
that part right there.
That, and the fact that he sounds extremely selfish. He's in his late 60s. By now, you know these things. I'm sorry.
Well, wait a minute, though, Ursula. If he's in his late 60s, chances are he was back in the day, a relationship a long time. Sometimes you miss the cues.
Chris in Marysville nails it. Chivalry is not dead. Forget this guy.
Man.
Okay, here's the positive, though. You sound like a catch, and it sounds like what you're desperate for is a good connection with another person.
Yes.
Wait for the person that's right for you. It's not this dude.
But he
John
didn't know
in Maple
she
Valley
was
says,
hungry.
did she suggest grabbing a...
She should have.
Okay.
She didn't know. He didn't know.
Then you need to have some... Gee, come on.
No, I'm being serious.
They talked for hours and hours. He was already sipping coffee.
He didn't
the
know.
natural thing. What do you do when someone comes to the table and you're meeting them for the first time?
Don't get over. I'm terrible.
No, you stand up. You've talked about it.
Yeah,
you're going to greet. I know you're going to offer, hey, do you want something to drink? That's a natural.
He's out of the dating loop, obviously. He doesn't know the cues. I feel like she could actually help this guy out. I got helped. You know what I mean? I was lost, and then I was found. It happens like that. Now, granted, I didn't try to kiss Lillian out there. That's a little, but you can teach this man. You know, it sounds like he's a good guy too.
Don't try to change people. I guarantee if he's selfish like this, he'll be selfish in other areas.
Jay and Lacey says, G, you're generally common sense for a guy to at least offer to buy.
Yes. Yeah, move on.
I mean, he didn't know she was hungry. He didn't hear her stomach going. All right, good stuff. Everybody disagreeing with me today. OG, I agree with you so often, but you either have social intelligence or you don't. But sometimes it's rusty. Mine get rusty. Sometimes we be walking, and I'll have Lillian walking close to the street, and I'll be on the inside, and she got to tell me, hey, remember, you're supposed to walk here. Oh, okay.
But I'm going to guess the reason why she bought you coffee, there was chemistry. And in this case, there's no chemistry. Move on.
More to Gee Ursula Show coming up next.
Is your car road trip ready? Don't get stranded. Get to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Bucky's has been preparing cars, trucks, and SUVs for safe, worry-free travel for over 50 years. We take care of your car with experience and good old-fashioned customer service. For all your oil changes, brakes, AC charging, and factory maintenance, choose Bucky's. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. Bucky's, where your car feels right at home.
I'm chatting with my friend Jonathan from DUI Heroes, and he told me a lot of people don't realize roadside standardized field sobriety tests are voluntary, meaning you don't have to perform them. You can simply say, no, thank you. You can also ask to speak to a lawyer immediately, which he strongly recommends that you do. The police are building a case against you, so don't risk further implicating yourself. Call DUI Heroes immediately, 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com, your DUI defense specialist.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For them, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind in the Care Partners Living Difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Smoke from the Canadian wildfires and fires burning in the West, creating a lot of unhealthy air over much of the country. Meteorologist Jessica Birch is tracking the haze.
It's another day of tens of millions of people gearing up for air quality alerts from New York over into Pennsylvania, across the Great Lakes over into Michigan and Wisconsin. We stretch all the way down into Southern California, too. I mean, before we even get there, we have to go across the Rockies, still under red flag warning conditions.
In Central California, more than 800 structures Workers are threatened by the massive Gifford fire. 2,000 personnel are battling that blaze. The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed the Justice Department for files in the Jeffrey Epstein case. And the Republican chairman, James Comer, wants to hear from some former top officials, as Jake Rosen reports.
Among those that Comer has subpoenaed for potential depositions include James Comey, former FBI director at Bill and Hillary Clinton, Eric Holder, a former attorney general, as well as Merrick Garland, who is also obviously the attorney general under President Biden, Bill Barr, Jeff Sessions, all high-ranking former government officials who oversaw some portion of these investigations into Jeffrey Epstein.
In Tennessee, police have arrested the suspect in the murders of 4 members of one family. Nicole Valdez has been following the manhunt for Robert Drummond.
Drummond making Tennessee's most wanted listing after being accused of murdering 4 people, all of the same family in Tiptonville, Tennessee, last week, Tuesday. Among them, a 15-year-old boy, the parents, a grandmother and uncle of that boy as well. And he abandoned a young baby in a car near someone's home in that community.
Chris Fox has the latest on the Texas redistricting case and the Democrats who fled the state.
DNC Chair Ken Martin in Chicago with the delegation of Texas State House Democrats who fled the state to break quorum. Martin calls this a moral fight.
The Trump-Abbott gerrymander is a test case for the rest of the country. What Republicans are trying to do in Texas is a model for other red states.
Billionaire Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said he's been coordinating this exile for weeks.
I have not written a check or supported them financially, though I am not reticent to do that.
The Texas Democrats face $500 per day fines and a warrant for their arrest. Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
Switzerland's president is traveling to Washington to strike a deal on tariffs. President Trump has proposed a 39% tariff on Swiss goods. That's 2.5 times more than the rate on the European Union. On Wall Street today, stocks are mixed. The Dow is higher by 25. NASDAQ and S&P 500 are off. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
Buffaloes roaming on a local highway. The story coming up. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. In the downtown Olympia area, there is a reported crash on southbound I-5. You are backed up to Lacey right now. The express lanes are open northbound in the Seattle area because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge. That's putting pressure on your southbound drive. Travel time Alderwood to South Center on I-405 is 56 minutes, about 15 longer than usual. Linwood to Seattle on I-5 is 43 minutes, 24 minutes longer. Traffic brought to you by the KIRO Radio Rundown. Text newsletter to 888-973-5476 and subscribe to the daily KIRO News Radio Rundown.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch. A man charged in a deadly Seattle arson pleads not guilty in court. Did police arrest the wrong man?
Leslie and she have been charged by way of information with count 1, murder in the first degree.
But over the weekend, the defense providing nearly 24 pages of supporting documentation, calling this a case of mistaken identity.
We want to ensure that nothing is tainted.
That brief is now being reviewed by prosecutors. The fire happened back on June 4th on the front porch of a home on Sunnyside Avenue North. Spread to the house quickly, killing 72-year-old Susan Klee.
KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thomas reports the judge upheld bail for she. Investigators say when they searched his bedroom, they found cans of starter fluid. Following a week of gun violence that left 3 people dead, Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes is trying to reassure the public.
We are committed to preventing further incidents of gun violence.
2 people were shot dead in the Soto neighborhood Sunday and 1 in the University District last week. There have been no arrests, but Barnes says they are pursuing leads. And Barnes is calling for more cameras to be installed in crime-prone areas of the city. KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Ottley explains.
Already 57 cameras are up in the CID, downtown core, and on Aurora Avenue North. Since May, the city says its real-time crime center bringing those feeds in has helped with more than 90 violent crime investigations. Now they want cameras in the Stadium District, near the bars and clubs on Capitol Hill, and Garfield and Nova High Schools.
We need every tool that we have.
City leaders will also weigh whether to give SPD the ability to view and record certain city traffic cameras. Critics like the ACLU argue it violates privacy and wastes police resources.
The city council could vote on the expansion in a few weeks. Have you voted yet? It is primary election day.
We're projecting just 35% turnout in this primary election.
Haley Watkins with King County Elections says that similar to other recent non-presidential primaries, Watkins points out there are critical local races at stake, though, from city councils to school boards. Not quite a stampede, but a small herd of buffalo escaped near Elma this morning and blocked traffic on US 12. Police officers and state troopers shooed the animals off the road. Their owner used a helicopter to wrangle them back home. The highway was only blocked for a short time. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly sunny skies today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 69 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Tuesday, August 5th. Also happens to be Ursula's birthday week. And wait a minute.
Did Roger and UP stop listening to us this week?
I think so.
Roger, come back. I know, I'm trying not to be insufferable.
Roger,
okay.
He can't hear you. So, if you were here during scenarios, you'd know that right now the text line, absolutely. I don't think it's ever been this bad. The text line disagreed with me so much that it got to my text messages where my wife was in there, her and Sarah. They agree with Ursula and Chef.
Thank you.
To which...
Thank you. There was a chemistry that you and Lillian had, even though you didn't buy the coffee at first. Otherwise, no game.
Let me tell y'all something. I stand 10 toes down on what I said, and I'm standing on it. Buddy was just a little awkward. He missed the cues.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I think she's already moved on, honestly. I think she answered her own question.
She's going to give him another date.
No, okay.
Give him one more chance.
Actually, if you're listening right now, because I know she is, text us and tell us what you think after listening to our debate on this, okay? Text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Okay, we're going to get right into it because this is a really disturbing story. This is Linwood father who is accused after his 4-year-old accidentally shot the child's mother with an unsecured gun. So Como 4 is now reporting that 44-year-old David Neff had more than 70 firearms in his home. 60 of them were not registered to him, and they included short barrel rifles, AR-style rifles, pistols, and a bump stock. And investigators also found more than 10 homemade explosive devices packed with nails, nuts, bolts, drill bits, along with more than 20 pounds of gunpowder and other ammunition-making materials. Court documents say many of the devices were too unstable to dismantle, and they had to be detonated safely. It gets even worse, though. And you read this, and each time you kind of get into the details, Gee, you're like, whoa. Law enforcement also found a drawing that appeared to outline plans for a mass shooting. So he pleaded not guilty to 14 different charges, including unsafe firearm storage, reckless endangerment, and possession of explosives. His bail was doubled to $1 million. Prosecutors are citing a significant public safety risk. So as for right now, his trial is set for September. But we only had heard of initially about the shooting of his 4-year-old.
His 4-year-old doing the shooting.
Yeah. That luckily the mother did not die.
Yeah. Blew off her tricep, though.
70. Okay. There were 73 unsecured weapons inside of the place. So here, I want to, because every time we talk about guns, it's kind of fights that happen. So let's do this.
You think?
No, let's do this. How many guns should someone have? Now, are we going?
Oh dear!
Wait!
I thought you were going to give us an easy question.
Whoa! Whoa, wait a minute now. I don't want to fight. I just want to ask you, how many, like, for an example, you might know someone or you yourself. Let's just say you have 15 guns. Tell me why you need 15 guns. Tell me why you need 10. I'm just curious of how much one person needs. Now, if you said, gee, I need one for every car, are you leaving those guns in the car?
Okay, let's remove that it's guns. And maybe this is not a fair question to ask, but if someone were to ask you, how many shoes can somebody have? Or if someone were to ask me, how many perfumes can somebody own?
You just pulled a chef. You really pulled a chef right there.
Okay, but I'm saying, what is the number? You have guns. How many do you think there should be? I just want to know, how many chances do you get with an unsecured weapon? And you're talking about you had dozens of them with a small child around. I think that there needs to be, like, the prosecutors need to go after him big time.
There's a problem with this argument, how many guns, because there are two types of people who have a lot of guns. There are those who collect them.
Collectors.
And, they just think they're really cool, and so they like having a lot. And then there are people that are legitimately building their own arsenal and armory. And you can't tell the difference between the two of them based on purchasing patterns. And we have the Second Amendment. So, I didn't see in the charging documents that he's being charged with having too many guns. And there's nothing in our system that says, oh, gosh, if Tim buys, 19 rifles in a 12-month period, we're going to flag him in our system. In fact, I don't even think it's illegal to be in possession of guns that aren't registered to you so long as they aren't stolen.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you this.
Yeah. So I mean, do you have a number in mind?
Yeah. Let me give you some numbers. If you have over 15 guns, I'm looking at you differently. Like, what are you trying to do? That isn't. You don't need, like Jimmy in Marysville just made a comment. That's not a need. That's a want. And what do you want that for? What is your plan? Are you planning just in case the government gets out of hand, I could be able to fight? What you gonna do?
There are some people.
What you gonna do?
I can't even believe that I'm making this argument.
Okay.
Because my position when it comes to, I think there are too many guns in this country.
Okay, go ahead.
When we have more guns than people in this country, and I don't care that the number of people who fight us when we say we have a gun problem. We do have a gun problem. We do have a problem of too many people resorting to guns when it comes to resolving problems or stealing firearms that are unsecured and then committing crimes with them. We're just basically flat out committing crimes with guns. Okay, I mean, period. And it wouldn't happen as often if we didn't have this proliferation of guns in this country, I believe. That's my opinion. That said, I also, if you have them legally, if you're storing them legally, if you are not breaking any laws, then how can we put a limit on the number of guns that you can own?
Okay, can I ask you this? Do you think it's completely normal for someone to have 25 guns?
If they're a collector? No. I don't even know that. I would say it's not. What's normal?
25. I'm putting you on the spot. I'm telling you, I think you're not normal to have 25 guns.
Yeah, I think you've got to be a collector, dealer, or have again. Someone would think I'm nuts. I have 100 perfumes. Why do I need 100 perfumes?
Okay, Jay, let me validate you.
Perfumes and guns.
Let me validate you because I think that there are some people who aren't necessarily trying to build, their own armory, who have some kind of a sick fetish with weapons, and it involves, I think, a lot of violent fantasies, of what would I do in this circumstance. I mean, but I think if you're a person who's a firearms enthusiast and you want, a broad range of uses, maybe I'll have a Mossberg for home defense, like a Glock 9 as a pistol, have a 30-06 for hunting and a 22 for small game, something like that, and then maybe one that the kids use for target practice. But, I agree. There's something a little bit odd about 25 guns.
Well, what I think is extremely odd and extremely reckless is to have that many guns when you have a child in the house. And sure enough, the child got his hands on one of them and shot his own mom. I mean, and he's got that to live with. So I am glad it looks like they're taking it seriously. 14 different charges, bail at $1 million. That sounds appropriate.
I want to admit something to you. I'm Gen X. You guys know the movies we watched back in the day. The good guy, whenever they get mad, 3/4 of the way through the movie, they're like, okay, it's on. And that person would go and show up to his room, his arsenal room with all of his weapons, and he's loading himself up and get ready to go fight the bad guys. I, as a youngster, used to fantasize about having a room like that, right? A room that's just nothing but like the movies and ammo. That's what I used to fantasize about those things. I still think people fantasize about having that type of room with that type of arsenal. To do what? What you going to do?
Well,
I'm
Christopher and Kent is saying, so collectors aren't normal? I mean, that's just it.
20, 25, 50, 100, this person, in this case, and I'd argue this. Some people that have that many, if you have a gun safe in this, that's awesome. Thank you for having it secured. At least you're not part of the problem. Let me just say this. If you do have 10 or more firearms and you're saying, gee, shut up, all of my stuff is secured, I'll stand down. I'll stand corrected.
Especially because you have that many guns.
If you are doing the right thing by it, great. But the people that's like, I got to have one for every car, but you're leaving one in every car every time you get out of the car, you're part of the problem.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. Okay, let's talk about another thing here because speaking of using guns, unfortunately, in the case of Travis Decker, there is a growing push now to change Washington's Amber Alert system after the murders of his young daughters during a court-approved visit with their father, Travis. So supporters are calling it Whitney's Law. It's named for the girl's mom. It already has about 5,000 signatures. And under this proposal, Amber Alerts could be issued even when a parent has legal visitation rights. So when those girls went missing, you might recall, it didn't meet the current Amber Alert threshold because Travis Decker, as the dad, had custodial visitation rights. So a separate provision would require visits to happen in safe, supervised settings when the parent is considered high risk. And lawmakers and people who support this proposal say these changes might have saved those girls' lives. What do you think?
Well, I think that I don't like to answer this on the heels of something tragic like that. So I first want to, my heart goes out to that situation. At the same time, Ursula, I don't think that this should happen. And I'll tell you why. Because I think this is something where it could be abused. If on Sunday at 6 p.m., you're supposed to meet at the Nordstrom right there at South Center, by the way, the Nordstrom at South Center, that's a popular drop-off and pick-up situation for parents. If you know, you know. Anyways, if you're supposed to be there at 6 o'clock and you don't show up till 7 because you've argued with your ex about, hey, it's my weekend, I'll have them back there at 7:30, and they're, oh, you want to do that? I'm going to call, and then all of a sudden there's an alert that you haven't. I don't like, this could get really bad. So as someone who knows what that whole drop-off situation is like, I'm not in favor of that.
And I think that you can make that argument that it could be abused. I also think that there is an argument to say that, the way the Amber Alert system is right now, there are a lot of thresholds that have to be met, and time is of the essence when a child is taken. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes they can be in danger. And I want to make a very important correction because the cause of death in for these girls was suffocation. And I don't want to correlate the last two discussions that we had. Yeah. But, in the case, when time is of the essence and you don't have the ability because it's like, well, he had custodial visitation. How many times is there a very difficult situation between the parents and that child could be in danger?
I can give you some numbers, actually.
Perfect.
So, according to the FBI, there are more than 200,000 parental child abduction cases every year. That's when a non-custodial parent takes or keeps a child without permission. If you do the math on that based on population, that would be like 4,800 cases in Washington every year. I don't know if the Amber Alert system is effective if we all decide to opt out of it. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want my phone blowing up like crazy, 16 times a day with Amber Alerts. That's nuts. I don't know what the state level data is because I don't think we collect it here, but that's something I'd want to see. Like, how many times is this going to be implemented? Because if it's a system that gets used all the time, people just ignore it, like car alarms in the parking lot.
There's all, look, hey guys.
I'm just curious though.
Go ahead.
Can I just ask you to, because what do you do when an Amber Alert goes off on your phone? What's your first reaction?
That's scared to see you know what out of me. That's first. Second, I look at it. And if I'm out on the road, it works. Like the Amber Alert works. I am not disregarding that. I love for what it stands for and everything. However, I do know what it is like to be in the situations where you're dropping off kids back and forth. It's my Christmas. No, it's your Christmas. It's my Thanksgiving. No, it's your Thanksgiving. You were supposed to be here on Easter. Now listen, these arguments and debates happen a lot.
They do.
Imagine if our phones had to hear those debates and disagreements. On the heels of something like this, like I said, I sound heartless by saying this because that was a tragedy. I think that's too far.
Max in the 425 agrees with you 100%. G, using the passion behind this horrible tragedy to pass a law is like overreaching and not helpful in most situations. I'm curious to hear what you all think. Text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. And how much do you pay attention to Amber Alerts? Because I know a lot of people complain about them too. Even as rare as they are, I hear a lot of people complain, oh my, that scared me.
The problem I have is with the license plates. Because I can never remember the license plate. I might remember gray Ford Taurus, but license plates, I'm stuck.
And by the way, I know I got everybody going with the whole conversations of how many guns you should have. And a lot of you guys are texting me and saying, hey, I got this amount of guns and they're all secured. Let me just tell you, I'll be wrong. I'll be wrong as long as you got those guns secured. I care more about that than anything else. So if you're like, gee, I got 15, I got 20, and they're secured, you win.
Gee, would you agree with this statement? That I'd rather have somebody with 25 guns that are secured than one or two that aren't.
Yes. No doubt. All right. Coming up next, I don't know what we're doing on this
We got to agree to disagree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do that.
News boss.
Gee Ursula.
Have you voted yet?
It's primary election day in our state.
As of yesterday morning, only 15.5% of registered King County voters had turned in their ballots.
Critical local races at stake.
Seattle mayor, county executive.
Get the very latest election results tonight at mynorthwest.com and tune into Seattle's morning news tomorrow morning for results and analysis. And stay updated all day with KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM and the KIRO News Radio app.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery. So he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jim Singletary here, Chief Roof Nerd at RoofSmart, where we're not afraid to tell you no. Looking for a roofing company that'll do cheap, fast work and just cover up the problem? No, that's not us. Want a quick quote without a real inspection? Nope. Just want a price without knowing your options? Not happening. Look, we don't want to tell you no, but if saying yes means cut corners, bad results, or wasted money, we won't do it. Period. And here's the deal. Seattle gets 150 rainy days a year. That's not wait and see weather, it's call RoofSmart now weather. We say no to leaky roofs, sloppy work, and bad estimates, and yes to thorough inspections, accurate quotes, and top quality work that actually lasts. So if you want an honest roofer who's not afraid to say no to bad work, call RoofSmart today at 206-487-4877 or visit GetRoofSmart.com. That's 206-487-4877 or GetRoofSmart.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the Luxe Staples Insider Swear By, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
Well, you're getting ready every morning. Make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
Yikey Wawa.
What?
My hot water.
Yeah?
Not so hot.
Water heater trouble?
It's not working.
We can fix that.
This week?
How about today?
Apollo Plumbing really is ready right now.
Especially when it comes to water heater replacement.
Think I need a new one?
Is it more than 10 years old?
It is.
Probably so.
Doesn't heat like it used to.
It runs out?
All the time.
That's a warning sign.
Uh-oh.
So are little leaks.
But Apollo can get me a new one?
Installed today by our clean screen trained and trusted plumbers. They're water heater experts.
But I probably got to pay a rush fee.
No extra charge.
You make this too easy.
We'll even haul off the old one.
A new water heater.
Same day. That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
This is going to get my budget in hot water.
Got you covered there too.
How?
Our available payment plans.
I don't have to wait?
Or take cold showers.
You are a lifesaver.
Call us this morning. You'll have hot water today.
That's the Apollo Plumbing way.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
Are you road trip ready? Bucky's Complete Auto Repair will make your car safe and dependable with expert service and old-fashioned care. Brakes, oil change, factory service, and more. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Bucky's.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Heather Bosch.
Adam Smith, you can't hide! You are funded genocide!
Former Seattle City Council member Shama Sawant is challenging Washington U.S. Representative Adam Smith for his seat in Congress. And last night, Smith says her supporters went too far when one of them allegedly hit a Smith staffer with a chair. Renton police ended up arresting 3 of Sawant's supporters after they shut down Smith's town hall halfway through the event. Smith is up for re-election next year. Local races and issues are up for a vote in today's primary. In Shoreline, voters are deciding whether to extend a property tax levy to support schools. More from KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin.
The district blames inflation for the budget issues. They say utility and transportation costs have gone up around 30% over the past 5 years. Parents say they hope to save the schools' underfunded programs.
Levies are supposed to fund the extras, but because our schools are severely underfunded, we're filling gaps.
And right now, the property tax sits at $3.21.
For more on today's election, check out mynorthwest.com. The head of the Democratic National Committee is standing by Texas lawmakers who fled the state rather than vote on a new congressional map that would deliberately give Republicans an edge.
Patriotism means standing up for our Constitution in this time when it's under assault.
The state's Republican governor has ordered the civil arrest of the Democrats who left town. A new Coast Guard report blasts effort-based OceanGate for the implosion of its Titan submersible on a trip to the Titanic.
The report says Titan's operator, OceanGate, had critically flawed safety and operational practices and a toxic work environment. It also says OceanGate failed to investigate a whistleblower complaint about faulty equipment by former company official David Lockridge. After the implosion, he testified about OceanGate's cost-cutting and bad engineering decisions.
The desire to get to the Titanic as quickly as they could to start making profit.
The Coast Guard concluded the deadly implosion was preventable. All 5 people aboard the Titan were killed. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Starbucks is pulling the plug on its mobile-only pickup stores. The company tells the Puget Sound Business Journal the fast orders, no seating, no chatting concept that began during the pandemic will end in 2026. Starbucks is emphasizing a more personal touch with its coffee shops. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 61 points, NASDAQ off 92. KIRO News Radio traffic in Renton. A crash is partially blocking the HOV lane on southbound 405 at Northeast Park Drive. Travel time Alderwood to South Center right now on I-405 is 65 minutes. That's about half an hour longer than usual. In the downtown Olympia area, the crash may have been cleared from southbound I-5. Your backup is starting to break up there. Still, travel time Tacoma to Olympia, 46 minutes, about 10 minutes slow. And remember, express lanes were open northbound all morning due to construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, so your southbound commutes overall have been slower. Traffic brought to you by Closets by Design, custom storage solutions for closets, garages, home offices, and more. ClosetsByDesign.com. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly sunny today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 66 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. It is already 11:33. We are wrapping up our Tuesday edition of the Gee and Ursula Show, and it sure has been lively. Our text line's been humming. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. I think there were people who were agreeing with you in that last segment. So,
which one? They were? I just want y'all to know.
Yes.
That when I leave, like, you know how you leave and you're like, oh, I had a good day at work? Let me share a secret with you. It's a great day at work.
It's a great
when
day.
I have a lot of you like disagreeing with me.
But they're doing it respectfully, and that's a lovely thing today. I mean, like sometimes they'll disagree. It's like, okay, don't be a jerk about it.
But I love this.
Yes.
We're not disagreeing on human decency. We're disagreeing on. I still think the lady at 1047 needs to give my man another chance.
You're going to die on that hill, and you were alone on that one. Okay, Agree to Disagree brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
Okay, let's talk about a new dating trend popping up on Hinge. This is one of the newer dating apps for all us old heads, and it's got nothing to do with dinner and drinks. Single women are using the app to find handymen. asking matches to hang shelves or, put together their IKEA furniture or mount the TV as part of their first date. Women, they defend the practice by saying it's fun and useful and gives them a read on the guy's personality right away. Yeah. Others say that this is using men. Yeah. Gee, what say you?
That's why Lillian got with me. Because I'm a handyman. She knew getting with me, I would fix everything. First of all,
he knows how to use the phone.
This is cold-blooded, but it's genius, though. Like, ladies, this is genius. Be careful out there. But for Ursula,
yes, true.
Be careful. But look here. Some women, just like, or I shouldn't say just women, men too. Some people just use folks for dinner dates, right? To be able to go out to eat, go to nice places. And some right now are using you to fix things, hang the TV, put together the couch, enter the table, fix up the bathroom. Smart.
Okay, here's one thing, though. I don't think it's just using you, but I do think it is genius. And I think for many women, that's hot. If you can hang a TV, fix furniture, that is extremely attractive.
Angela Russell told us that before, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no,
she said the same.
That is extremely attractive. On top of that, do I want a coffee date or... As long as they're safe. And again, I would probably not wait. I would not do it on the first date, but a couple of dates in, if you're like, okay, I got a good vibe, and you do that, you're going to have the best conversation. You're going to see him or her at work. You're going to...
Ursula, are you trying to say a handyman is more attractive than a non-handyman?
Not necessarily, but I think for some people that would be a big attraction. Okay, now, by the way, I married someone who I'm extremely attracted to, and I will say it was not for the carpentry skills or anything like that. But I'm just saying, I'm speaking for those who find that especially attractive.
Well, the women who post about this, they do so in a very braggadocious way. Like, hey, ladies, I know that sometimes it can be kind of hard to put this stuff together. Maybe you don't know how. Here's how you get it done for free. And in that way, I think it's both exploitative and also stupid because who are you letting in your apartment
yeah, that's what I would
on a first date before you've even gone anywhere with them? On the other hand, as a guy... This would be an area which I'd be fine being exploited in. Like, because this is just, seriously, this is my labor. This isn't like spending $200 on drinks and dinner.
Exactly.
I come over, spend some time, and you know what? All I need is a shot, right? Just say yes, we meet up, and I got a shot. That's all I'm asking for, and it doesn't cost me anything. Great.
Now, I will say, Ursula, this is a good idea because... Would you want to spend that Friday night taking them out to a Sin and all the drinks and the dinner that's going to get you
one of the most expensive places.
all of this money? Or, hey, you know what? Instead of going out, you needed that TV hung up in your house?
Yeah.
I'll come over on a Friday night.
And you know what? I'll get you dinner for you helping me out. I'll get you dinner. We'll have takeout. I think that would be the greatest date. I think that would be fantastic.
Okay, let's do role reversal time now. Men on Hinge are saying that a great way to get a meal is to invite a young lady over and have her cook you a meal or make you a sandwich on the first date.
Oh, I ain't touching this topic.
Ursula, what do you think about how do you think women would...
I ain't touching this one.
What, you don't think women would go for that?
Oh, my gosh.
No?
No.
So basically men are dumb.
Wait. No.
What?
I will tell you that there would be some women who would be into that because for some women, and I have friends who are like this, food and making food for other people is their love language.
True.
And you know, right? And
sure.
so they would
it's my
think
love language too.
Yes, exactly. So they would think of that as absolutely, I would do that, and that I would prefer that date.
Come over and make me a sandwich.
Not make you a sandwich. Don't make it just so basic.
All right, let's swing on over to Minnesota, where meteorologist Nick Jansen from KTTC is going viral. During a severe weather broadcast, he took the time to pop on his phone and text his wife to make sure that she and the baby were safe. One viewer wrote into the station calling it unprofessional. But Jansen is defending it, saying that he is a husband and father first and a meteorologist second. Ursula, if you see the weatherman texting his family during the middle of a severe weather alert while he's trying to give you the news, what say you? You're a news professional.
Okay, now there was a time when I would have said, yeah, that's unprofessional. But let's get real. I mean, we have this technology right now. I think that the way he is answering it and playing it off is good because it was a very severe weather situation.
Yeah, they were like 80 mile per hour winds going on.
And I just remember when we had the Nisqually earthquake, my kids were little and I was worried. And I looked for the first opportunity to be able to call to make sure that Stevens Preschool was handling, that things were okay.
Yeah.
So, I forgot for a minute that I was reporter and I wanted to make sure that my kids were safe. And I think that he could fold that into the whole, hey, we need to make sure that we're all safe. And it's this bad that I'm calling my family right now.
Gee, what say?
Who puts their job before their family?
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
Well, in a real situation, the weather person obviously knows his job and knows the weather and knows to take it probably more serious than G would. This person is really in there in real time and like, oh, this is bad. Hey, honey, you okay? So I think he would become more endearing to listeners and viewers.
I completely agree.
Yeah,
I would love to see more personality and range in TV news.
Exactly.
It feels like such a structured format.
You
to
know
me.
who's great at
and
it?
like having that moment of, oh my God, the weather guy is checking on his wife right now. I'm not missing anything.
No.
That's like drama in action, and it lets me know, oh, I really need to take this seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great.
I agree. And I think Nick Allard is a perfect example of that kind of meteorologist.
Yeah.
He takes the weather very seriously, but he also throws in his personality is in there. His family stories are in there. Yeah. I totally think people are getting worked up for the wrong thing on that one.
Can I give a sweeping statement?
Yes. Oh no.
If you do get on Hinge and you want somebody to come and put together your furniture, I promise you,
you're not going to show up.
If you do have a nice sandwich cut with some chips on the side, that dude ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere.
You just had to throw that in.
And by the way, sweeping statement, don't ever say make me a sandwich. Ever.
Oh, ever.
Ever. More to Gee and Ursula Show. Text messages, feedback, and your words to live by.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. To celebrate, Bathfitter's offering payments as low as $125 a month. Ursula Reutin here. I chose Bathfitter Northwest because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors. Custom fit tub and shower solutions are installed in as little as 1 day, and every installation is backed by a lifetime warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com to schedule a free consultation. This special offer won't last.
At Clear Choice Dental Implant Centers, we get that your teeth, your budget, and your story are all unique to you, which is why our experts who specialize in dental implants will build a custom solution around each patient's needs. With personalized treatment plans and third-party financing options, we'll help you get your new teeth on your terms. Visit clearchoice.com or call 888-SMILE-05 to schedule your free consultation today and let us help Seattle start smiling again.
Offices owned by Dr. Alfonso Pinheiro. This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you worried about economic conditions, tariffs, and inflation? Are you tired of trying to time the stock market? Maybe it's time to take a little risk off the table given current market volatility. For stability, there's no better option than Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, a fixed return of 9%. Hi, I'm Scott Rurucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. We've been running local real estate investment funds for over 18 years with zero investor losses, averaging double-digit returns since inception, and we also accept IRAs. Over 1,000 local investors have invested over $250 million in our Legacy family of funds. Feeling uneasy? Don't gamble your hard-earned money or risk your retirement. Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, returning 9%, has limited openings for new investors right now.
Call 425-635-4700 or visit LegacyG.com. That's LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Legacy investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath. You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked.
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm? Totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Spike O'Neill here with Dr. Matthew Sharp, owner of Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Dr. Sharp, I am amazed at the brightness and the clarity that I didn't even realize I'd lost before I had my procedure. How's that even possible?
A lot of people don't realize that. As you get older, the lens not only is less flexible, but it gets less transparent. And gradually, even in our 40s, 50s, 60s, the lens variety does get less transparent. So you get more glare at night, more halos, loss of contrast sensitivity, loss of some color vision or decreased color vision.
What I was seeing.
And so when we replace that lens that gets cloudier and cloudier with a crystal clear lens, all of the light gets through, all of the clarity, all the brightness, all the colors. And again, with the multifocal lenses that we have, it's sort of like a bifocal built in, so you can see near and far.
Give the folks at Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens a call at 425-451-2020 or online at sharp-vision.com. Sharp with an E-vision.com.
Saturday, August 23rd, enjoy the 30th birthday bash for University Place at Cirque Park, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bands all day, over 50 vendors, beer garden, and family zone. Don't miss it August 23rd. Special thanks to Honest Home Solutions.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Tracy and Burian says, can't wait to see which text messages y'all bust out.
It's because of your Would You Rather segments. That's going to come at the end. You're going to have to wait till the end because we're going to read some of those. On Amber Alerts, Aaron in Auburn says, you guys, they're only talking about high-risk cases like when the parents have mental health issues but still have rights to see their children, like in the Travis Decker case. I don't think they mean any Joe Blow. You can call and report to get an Amber Alert. I'm sure there'll be some type of registering high-risk parents. Well, I think we would hope so because, and I think there would be discretion used, but that is one of the concerns.
One of our police officer friends, Mac in Bellevue, says, I have personally conducted many initial custodial interference interviews with moms who called 911 to report the father not returning their child after court-ordered visitation or being late on returning the child, and all of them didn't meet the criteria for an Amber Alert. In fact, I managed to catch them in a lie during the interview, and I could tell they're trying to make their story out to be more serious than it is. It's very important that deputies and officers train on how to detect deception with Amber Alert calls and other serious reports of allegations against an ex because of some use the police as part of their vengeance.
Yeah, you are putting like exclamation points on that one. If you don't vote, do you lose your right to complain? As I say. 206 says those who don't vote would likely be uninformed voters. I'm glad they didn't vote.
Irene from Tacoma says elections matter. Pierce County Sheriff results, Swank, 51%. Patty Jackson, 49%. Turned in my ballot this morning.
Katie in Tacoma says there are not enough local places for the candidates to debate, and the funding is not as big to publicize what their values are and get attention to the election. So she's not feeling like they're doing enough of a good job to get people involved.
Our conversation on AI, Chris and Everett says AI is not there to benefit the working class. It is here to replace us.
Kenny in Mason County says stressing over the things we can't change is a great way to hurt your mental health. Focus on what you can do for yourself, not what you have no control over.
Gen X Josh says, who hires the blue-collar workers if a third of people are unemployed? I'm a carpenter, and when people lose their jobs, there are fewer people that can afford to pay for building projects. Also, new AI is developed with the help of existing AI. The more advanced AI becomes, the less human input will be needed to develop it. I'm with G. Total economic collapse.
Ooh. So we're going to be doing the show together for a few more years. Are we going to be talking about the full economic collapse because of AI in the future?
We really have to go through COVID and that.
Okay, I'm still staying optimistic. Let's go to breast milk.
Go ahead, Ursula.
And dog food.
Yeah.
Alan on Mercer Island says, I've been dithering on saying this, and I'm sure I'm not going to be the first, but show me any father, and I'll show you a man who has tasted breast milk.
509 says, gee, you talking about straight out the tap? Yeah.
No, Destiny in Seattle says, I had to stop my husband from drinking my breast milk. I was afraid our baby wouldn't have enough. It was hard. Also, when we were kids, I served my brother dog food with milk and told him it was cereal. And I'm still paying for that one 40 years later.
That's pretty good.
Nikki says, my best friend was having strangers' breast milk hidden in her morning coffee by her crazy husband during COVID. He thought she would benefit from the antibodies. We are still traumatized by that whole situation. He finally confessed, and she was mortified, by the way.
And then there's Scott in Auburn who says, I'd bet a ton that dog owners who treat their dogs with those bacon strips have tasted them to see if they really do taste like bacon. Okay, G? Are you saying that's happened?
I've never had bacon strips. I've had the wet dog food.
Oh, heck no.
All right, now it's time for Ursula's words to live by.
And again, as you pointed out numerous times, it's my birthday week, and so this is apropos. It is only when we truly know and understand that we have a limited time on Earth and that we have no way of knowing when our time is up that we will begin to live each day to the fullest as if it were the only one we had. Keep reminding myself, live it up.
Hey, Brady, have you had either dog food or?
No, I have not. Not in my adult life, no.
No, okay. Just want to make sure.
Do you recommend either?
Sure. One's actually proven to be good for you.
This is true. And we assume the other one's good for your dog.
In high school, I had my kids take colostrum in the powder form in their drink every day. Yes.
It's worked out.
Look it up.
Oh,
look up the benefits of colostrum.
Yeah, look up the benefits of breast milk.
That's what I'm saying.
How do they collect that?
The colostrum?
Yeah, it's not that much.
Okay.
They got makers of that. They actually know in the powder form. They take it, put it in water every time. Ursula, good stuff today.
Hey, we'll do it again tomorrow.
Chef, we got a meeting. Just want to let everybody know. And you know what? Come up tomorrow. I'll tell you what we'll do. Somehow, some way, we will tell you what happened in our meeting with the boss. That's going to be happening right there. Just the same way that somebody tells you what happens during a root canal.
Okay, and if someone misbehaves, you'll hear that one voice is missing.
Well,
tune in tomorrow.
And by the way, do me a favor. I don't think I'm invited back on SMN, Seattle's Morning News, with Charlie Harger and Amanda Factor. So help me out. Get me back invited on the show. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Brady. Good to see you, man. The Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. We appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Hey golf fans, Jordan Babineau here. Get ready for an unforgettable weekend at the 2025 Boeing Classic. Come see Masters champions and Hall of Fame golfers battle it out at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge, August 8th through the 10th. Bring the whole family and check out Seahawks Village, packed with fun for all ages. Plus, celebrate 20 years of the Boeing Classic, supporting the Benaroya Research Institute at Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. It's more than just golf. It's an experience you won't want to miss. August 8th through the 10th. Tickets start at just $20 and kids get in free. Visit BlowingClassic.com for more.
Need a new roof, a deck, siding, windows? Get up to $3,000 off any new installation. Hi, it's Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Home projects can add up fast, but we're here to help you save big. Book now and lock in up to $3,000 off in savings. That's $3,000 off any new installation. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on OpenSignal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for.